of this video. Um, it's going to be the top 10 underrated films of all time. And today I've got three very special guests along with me. I've got the Real Review 3000, also known as Chris Knight. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing well, thank you.
We have got JJ, also known as the Sith Lord, 3827 on Twitter. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, what's going on, Shadow? How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you very much. Finally, we've got a very cheeky person on the channel.
Super cheeky.
Shaky monkey.
I have 4 cheeks, 2 southern ones and 2 northern ones.
I
Oh,
don't
my
want
God.
to know. Do not.
We'll let the audience use the rest of their imagination.
You're welcome, and I love you.
Please don't use your imagination. It won't help any.
It's Bald Man Bad here. How you doing, mate?
Howdy, howdy, ho. I'm doing quite well, thank you, sir.
Listen, I resemble that statement. Never mind.
But that you're a hoe or that you're a howdy?
Who you calling a hoe?
I mean, look, I wasn't using it as a descriptor, but I mean, if you want to self-identify, feel free. Who am I to take that away from you?
God damn right. You better let me identify.
Oh no.
Validate my whorish existence, please.
Chris identifies as a gardening tool. That's awesome.
Now that I resent.
Yeah.
Do not assume what I am.
Don't assume my labor.
Yeah, we'll keep the definition of Chris to a gardening tool for now.
Wonderful. I mean, emphasis on the tool. That's too mean, John. Take it back.
Oh,
John's just jealous he isn't as
social
handsome
services
as
are
I
coming
am.
to your house.
No,
You're
Chris is okay. Chris is okay. His ego is the tool.
JJ nailing it. Yep. 100. 100.
Anyways, how this is gonna work? We're gonna take it in turns. We'll go from JJ to John to Chris to myself
Sounds great.
in that order, and we'll go from 10 to 1. Before we do that, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. And that's pretty much it that I have to say. So, JJ, why don't you go first?
All right, coming in at number 10 for me. An old Clint Eastwood movie. It's called Firefox.
Okay.
I love plane films, flying, and stuff like that because I've always wanted to be a pilot. And I saw this when I was a kid, and it blew my mind. And you don't hear too many people talking about. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, Clint Eastwood this, Clint Eastwood that," but no one talks about Firefox. And it is I believe, an excellent film and completely underrated.
That's a fair point.
Mm-hmm.
What's it about? Anything?
It's about he's Clint Eastwood is an ex-pilot, and the Soviet Union created this stealth fighter bomber type thing that with thought processes activate your weaponry and your defensive systems and stuff like that. And the U.S. wants him to steal it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Check it out, man. It's a really good movie. It's not that long. It's about an hour and a half or so. It ain't very long. But yeah, I check it out. It's basically it's a plane theft. That's
Mhm.
quite simply what it is.
It's a great movie. I mean,
And for the time, I think the movie looks beautiful.
Awesome.
All right. Strong number 10 from JJ. Looking at it on IMDb and all that, it looks like a pretty B plus A minus film.
Yeah,
Yeah. It sounds like a good film for what
it
I'm
wasn't
reading.
it wasn't one of Eastwood's best, but I thought it was a good movie.
All right. Can't complain about that. Solid number 10 from JJ. Firefox. John, what do you have?
To kind of keep in lieu with since the DC fandom just happened. There is a fun film with a awesome cast called Losers. It's starring like Chris Evans, Idris Elba, Zoe Saldana, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, known as like Negan, or Danny Duquette for all you Grey's Anatomy fans. Because I'm sure we have a ton of those in the chat.
No.
it's a hyper stylized comic book film. I do have a couple of issues with their editing choices that they made. They kind of did that, that Ang Lee Hulk that they made with Eric Bana, where everybody thought putting comic book panels in a comic book movie was like the way to go. This movie kind of does that trope a little bit, but it's not as egregious as and annoying as like the Ang Lee one. But the music's really good. The characters are really awesome. A lot of the music choices are good, and I don't know anything about the comic because it's apparently a Vertigo DC Comics property. But man, they're a lot of fun. Chris Evans is flipping hilarious in it, and it's just a solid cast with a lot of fun. I don't know if it's necessarily a really good film, but it's really goofy, kind of zany, has some really nice visuals and some good action scenes. So regardless of whether or not it's not going to win an award for anything, but I think it's extremely engaging and really, really entertaining. It's super fast paced. So I like it. So it's an easy watch and it's a fun watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone have any disagreements there?
No, I don't think there could be any disagreements on this list because underrated is all depending on who you are.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because really, Losers, all it's about is a bunch of
Losers?
pretty much. Well, to be fair, I mean, what's every live stream ever that I'm on?
Wow, you just called us losers.
Well, not you guys. I was going to go with me
I'm
because you're all associated with me because I'm on now at this point.
Damn, John, I thought you thought better than us than that.
Well, trust me, I think I rank you all higher than me in the first place. Self-deprecation is fun. There you go. Hey, you have an accent, so you're already cooler than me. Yeah, but I guess to just give you a little bit, Losers is just, it kind of reminds me of Predator. Group of really strong, capable, tactical. I don't know if you want to call them mercenaries, but I would call them mercenaries. Go to do a mission, realize they got screwed over, and it's them pretty much just trying to figure out who done it and get closure on the people who blacklisted them or burn noticed them. So it's a lot of fun. It's a good film.
All right.
In my opinion. Shields up.
Yeah. Of course, before we go on, this is all of our opinions at the moment because they can always change. So I forgot to mention that earlier, but spoiler. There you go. A good number 10 as well from John. The Losers, 2010.
Love it.
Chris, what have you got?
My number 10, I still think to this day it's probably one of the best movies that I'm trying to remember who put it out there. Let me see here. I want to say, I'm pretty sure it was Disney, but I'm not. I'd have to go see. I don't see it right here. The Black Cauldron.
Ooh, okay.
That's what you get when you mention it. It's like nobody remembers it until you mention it. They're like, oh damn, yeah.
It always reminds me of like Secret of the Nim or something.
Yeah, exactly. And that is on my list too.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take your
several on my list. That what the reaction is ooh, it's not. And so why I call it underrated isn't necessarily because people don't give it credit for what it is. It's just people forget about it too quickly.
Agreed. 100%. What a way to describe that. That's great.
And so in this case, underrated because when you do mention it, people are like, oh, fuck yeah, that's right. I need to go watch that again.
Yep.
And so, I mean, there's underrated and a lot of people just didn't like, critics didn't like it or nobody went to go see it. So nobody really understands how awesome it is. But and then there's underrated. Everybody remembers it once you mention it. And they're like, why haven't I watched it? There are different reasons for that. The Black Cauldron didn't do that well right off the bat, and Disney kind of shelved it and just never gave it any backing, even after the fact. There have been movies that have gone and tanked right away that over time, as they start to get a little better reaction to it, they're like, okay, let's really back this and push it, and it kind of gets a new life later on in your home theater, or like on Netflix or something like that. Even to this day, I don't think The Black Cauldron has ever been given that full chance. I think it could. It's a very good story. But yeah, The Black Cauldron, number 10.
Okay.
Cool. I like it.
Yeah. So something I did kind of expect to be on this list today, to be honest with you, especially coming from Disney. But yeah, good choice there, Chris.
Thank you.
To be honest, I've been changing my list around a lot, but I'm just gonna keep with this list just so I don't get confused halfway through. So at number 10, I've got Southpaw.
Oh, that's a Jake Gyllenhaal boxing movie, right?
Yes, in my opinion, it's Rocky V done right.
Listen,
yeah.
Tommy Morrison was in Rocky V, and Tommy Morrison was from Kansas City. I know, just whatever, but still, I love Rocky V for all the horrible things that are in it.
You're a bad person, and you need a hug.
You want to come here and give me a hug?
No, no, I don't. Oh man,
I'll put my hands on two of your cheeks. Just
hell
you
yeah!
You don't get to know which one's first.
It's cool. I'll roll the dice.
Oh no!
Did I hear a giggle? I heard a giggle. Where'd that giggle come from?
I immediately regret this.
That's what most people think whenever they put me and John together.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Great
leave
good
it there.
content on it.
Just be glad you're not monetized, because by now we've probably made it so you'd have to at least dispute something.
Hey, I've kept my language.
No, not even just because of the language, just the fact that the innuendos. I think YouTube picks up on it.
God. Oh no. The metaphor bot.
Yeah.
Shadow, why did none of your links work, man? I'm like on your Twitter trying to get to your YouTube channel, and I cannot find
annoying.
you for the life of me.
It's annoying, I know. I need to sort this out after this, because honestly.
Because I want to make fun of you in your own chat, and I can't do it.
Oh.
Oh well, sorry. I digress.
Yeah, I put Southpaw number 10. Like I said, I feel like it's Rocky V done right. It's the fall of, I think his name's Billy Hope. He goes from being the light heavyweight champion of the world to his wife dying in a shooting. Losing
Spoilers.
Well, if you haven't seen it already,
It's
been
the
out for
basis
5
of the
years.
film. Yeah.
Yeah. Losing his wife, losing his daughter, losing his titles, and then he obviously, in every boxing film, there's a training montage, and he wins everything that he has back, except from his wife, of course, due to unfortunate circumstances. But yeah, I feel like when people say great Jake Gyllenhaal performances, I don't feel like people mention this film that much. I'm watching it back this afternoon. Like, it's a great film. I feel like everyone should watch this film, honestly. But yeah.
Can I piggyback on yours? I actually do fall into a category where I kind of hate myself for this. Jake Gyllenhaal kind of just bugs me. I don't know what it is. He's a fucking phenomenal actor. Like, you watch things like Nightcrawler, or I even think he did a good job as Mysterio, as much as I don't like the film all that much. Donnie Darko is, again, another kind of pretentious film, but he kind of reminds me of like a Denzel Washington type actor who, like, even if his movie's terrible, he's usually not the terrible part. Prince of Persia, probably a great example. He's a really good actor. He usually, I'd be willing to say at least 80% of the time delivers. I would be very apprehensive to think that Southpaw would be a bad film, especially like how many boxing films do you really see that aren't usually well done? Like, you got $1 Million Baby and
yeah. I mean, what you just said, John, is absolutely true. I mean, even okay, so start with Rocky, the first Rocky, Rocky Balboa, even to a point. Those, I mean, when Sylvester Stallone went to make Rocky, he was really looking at a kind of a not biopic type thing. Yeah. $1 Million Baby, you said it. Raging Bull. I mean, there's just
Oh
there's,
yeah.
there's
Oh man.
tons of really good boxing movies
Yeah.
that don't get enough credit. I mean,
Yeah.
a Raging Bull, of course, does. Rocky does. $1 Million Baby does. But then there's those hidden gems, and Southpaw. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't disagree with that at all.
I think it's a great choice.
Mhm.
Very
Alright.
good choice.
So that rounds off the number 10 spots for all of us.
So
Yeah. Very some that I didn't expect because I haven't watched some of these films, like half of them.
always the goal with these list things. I always tell people, I'm like, the goal is not for you to agree with us.
Yeah.
It's for you to write them down and potentially get bored and go watch one. That's the goal.
Yeah, we're going to drive this film into your skull so much that you'll have to go and watch it.
And then see whose list sucks the most.
Oh no, I've lost.
Nah, we're doing all right so far, I think. One film down.
Well, for the people that are watching from UK, I'm doing well.
Across
People
the
from
pond.
America- Oh, I hate that saying. Please stop. I don't like it.
Across the creek.
Sorry, bruv.
Sorry, we'll stop.
It's fine. It's just funny, to be fair. I mean, to be fair, we do the same, so I won't.
I was gonna say because our
But when you
American
say-
accents are so
Yeah,
fucking.
I
posh.
don't get the fact though that across the pond, that's a fucking huge pond. I mean,
Yeah.
the English Channel is a pond.
Well,
We're not in
everybody says
France.
a hop, skip, and a step away. Come on, man. It's called hyperbole.
Yeah, if you hit the fucking Titanic iceberg, it's a skip. If you miss it, damn, you're fucked.
Well, why?
Oh, no.
Why you gotta bring a fucking capitalistic
How-
boat into this?
How do we go from a guy losing his wife, kid, and boxing title
Look,
to the
it's us.
Titanic iceberg?
Ask JJ, it's us. We can
Look.
we can take anything. and
Every
go
discussion is the tip of an iceberg. You know what I'm saying?
Rails? Who need rails?
anywhere. Rails? We don't need rails where we're going.
There it is.
Oh no.
he was waiting for it.
Well done.
Well, before we dig ourselves a deeper hole, let's
Yes.
move on to the number 9 spots.
Good call.
JJ, what have you got lined up for us?
My number 9 is a movie. Chris has heard me mention it several times before. Ice Pirates.
Oh God, yes,
Did you say ice pirates?
yes,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Terry
Space-
Gilliam,
Robert Urich.
Yeah, I mean it's like 3 of the Monty Python guys. I think John Cleese is in it, isn't he? Or is that the one he skipped out on?
Oh,
I
I've
know-
seen this.
Yeah, Terry Gilliam, I know for sure. Michael Palin.
Hang on, I'll tell you. Hang on.
Any relation to Sarah?
No.
You got Robert Urich, Mary Crosby, Michael D. Roberts, Angelica Houston, Ron Perlman.
Oh, this is a nice one. I've seen this before.
I thought
Yeah.
that
Even Abercrombie. No way. The voice of the Emperor and originally in the Clone Wars.
yeah. Which of the Monty Python are in it?
I have no clue. I've never watched Monty Python.
Okay, hold on.
Dude, from the synopsis, it sounds like Waterworld, but like in space.
It is
Oh,
so
come
much more. It's crazy.
It sounds
It's
great.
freaking awesome though.
John, you'll
I've
love
seen
it,
this.
man. It has space herpes and all.
Yes.
Oh well, you know,
Whoa.
yeah, when I think good movie, I think herpes.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I don't. It just sounds like he's saying that John loves herpes.
No, it's a real good one. Maybe I'm
Look,
thinking
we
of
all have
something
our incurable lifetime diseases, don't we all?
else. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have more than most.
Oh man, is bald a disease? Because I definitely have that.
I know they say so.
So Ice Pirates, 1984 sci-fi comedy. So I mean, this feels like
pretty
an
cool.
answer to Spaceballs, kind of.
It's. I think it's more adult than Spaceballs was,
All right.
if I remember right. It's been years, but
Oh, yeah.
again, that goes in that category of if you know the movie, it's like yeah. No, you're right.
Awesome.
Yeah. I
That
remember
looks
seeing this
very
one.
interesting.
Yeah. This is a nice number 9 spot. Well done, JJ.
Yes, sir. Thank you. If you haven't seen it, John, seriously, you haven't seen it, watch it, man. I think you'll be slightly impressed. I
Yeah.
know it's hard for you to do that with movies, but it's a good old. It came out in '84.
You'd be really surprised. I love old films. I think the original 34 Miracle on 34th Street's the best Christmas.
Yeah.
One of the better Christmas movies.
He called this an old film.
Well, it is
comes
old.
out- it
Shut
comes
up.
out. It came out in '84. It's to me a good popcorn movie.
It is.
Yeah.
Dude, anything before the 90s is an old film for me. I was born in 87.
God.
I was literally a nothing.
Anything before the 90s for me is the Stone Age.
There you go. Get
Oh my
wrecked.
God.
Get rickety wrecked.
Anyways,
Pirate.
yeah, that's a nice number 9 spot.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'm like making a note list in my phone right now from you.
Yeah,
guys.
and as we go on, John's gonna pound on me harder and harder. So y'all just wait and see.
Yeah.
Sounds
Whoa.
hot.
Whoa.
I didn't know I was
That did
going
not
to do
sound
that,
right.
but if you're inviting, sir,
Well, no. I know how you feel about some
no.
movies,
Wow.
and I've heard you go off the rails sometimes about some movies, and I think at
Now
least
we're talking
one-
about railing and pounding
Yeah,
and railing.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God, guys!
and I think
not my
one
fault.
of them is on my list, so I'm ready for you just to get totally upset.
hey, I am not here to critique films. I'm here to hear a
'Cause
list.
trust me, you'll love my number one. Trust me.
But if I watch your list and then I make fun of you, then it's justified.
No, trust me, you'll love number one. You're gonna fly off the rails with it.
Fair enough.
Anyways,
Moving.
besides from the railing and pounding that we received from that,
The railing
Yeah,
and the
also-
pounding from across the pond. Nailed it.
Jesus.
Just stacking the references.
And it's
It's-
all,
I'm assuming,
yeah.
Shadow, you want me to just move on to the next one, right?
Yes, please.
yes, please.
So, one.
I'm
so-
scared.
So I understand that a lot of cult classics you could argue are underrated, but I would make the argument that because they're cult classics, quote unquote, they are underrated, and we need to get them outside of that, just the cult following, which I don't know if is entirely true given what's happening to fandoms lately, but I'm gonna put it out there. My number 9 is the Boondock Saints.
Ooh, good one.
It's kind of a old school gory film about two Irish brothers. You got I gotta try to remember the actors. It's Willem Dafoe's in it, which is awesome. Sean Patrick
Oh, I've seen this.
Flannery and Norman Reedus of Walking Dead fame, or I guess if you like that new Hideo Kojima film,
what's his name,
Death Stranding, or
Billy Connolly is in it as well.
yes, he
Yeah.
plays a pretty cool character. No spoilers because Willem Dafoe plays an FBI detective who's really really awesome. And you
I thought you said no spoilers.
well, I'm just gonna say, what? You're mad that he's a detective?
Yes.
Yes, now you've ruined the damn movie. I mean, God, you've given everything away as always, John.
Shit,
Yeah.
he can't even say it with a straight face.
Ron Jeremy's in the film, and only degenerates will know what that means and why that's funny.
Oh, it's partially a porno. Awesome.
Only partially.
You know,
To be fair,
Yeah.
a pussy does get shot. I'm sorry. It does happen in the film,
it does.
Damn.
but like not in a sexual way. But you have words are hard. Sean Patrick
Damn.
Flannery and Norman Reedus play two Irish brothers from Boston, and just super Catholic guys who are kind of getting sick of the mob and like bad people kind of running their town, and something happens to where they decide to go on this kind of like altruistic vengeance bloodbath, like let's kill all the baddies kind of thing. And it's really interesting because it's bumbling, dude. It's what you would actually expect if people tried to do something and it's not clean or precise or like over the top. It's not like a John Wick film. These are two guys who buy some guns and want to do something altruistic, and then you have Willem Dafoe running around with the personal crisis of, are they doing a bad thing or are they doing us a favor? And it's a really neat dichotomy that people have to deal with while watching the film. It's like, do you agree with them or do you not, or how far do we take this? And I think it's a film that gets underlooked, just because it tends to be a little bit insane when it comes to the gore and some of the over the top interactions. But I think for the most part, it's relatively grounded, and it's a lot of fun, and the acting is insane. Like all the actors are great. It's a lot of fun. I love this film, and never watch the sequel because it's terrible.
No, yeah, no. I agree with that one.
Yeah. So I highly recommend the Boondock Saints.
Okay. Can't argue there. Solid number 9 from John. It's the Boondock Saints. If you haven't heard that enough already. Chris, what have you got after you sponsor?
The Secret of Them. That's my number 9.
Wow.
We talked.
Oh yeah, that's a great movie.
Great film.
John mentioned it. Again, I don't watch the sequel. This is another one. Don't watch the sequel. There was no point of it. I understand everybody wants to see them, after the fact, but it's like the whole reason why the original one worked was, okay, so there's certain cartoon movies that are way above a kid movie. I count the Black Cauldron.
Dark aesthetics.
Yes, I count the Black Cauldron kind of like that. I definitely put the Secret of Nim in there because it is so.
It's dark.
Yes, it's dark. And then another one, which
Great Mouse Detective.
I won't mention that one because it's my number.
Damn, dude! I'm sorry, I keep stealing.
No, not that. No, not that one. The next one I was going to say is a dark cartoon movie, which is actually originally designed and pushed towards kids. The next one's even worse.
Yeah,
the next one's even worse. But no, this was done so well, and I'm trying to remember. Let me look at the casting and remember the characters here because it's been forever. No, God, come on! I gotta remember what his name is. Nicodemus. That's right, Nicodemus.
Oh, is it that guy who can predict the future?
Yeah, it's the old rat, and so there's all these rats. It's the dichotomy between the fact that this
I was
now,
totally making a Nostradamus joke, by the way.
I
but apparently, I don't think anybody.
No, he does. He kind of does know this stuff, and it helps. He helps everything out, but he knows what's going to happen. He knows that certain things happen, and I'm not going to give away the movie, but it's just really done well, and the visuals are really cool. I put it on the level of something like the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit cartoon.
High praise.
Yeah, those were the two, Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. That's what I grew up with before they had these movies. So that's how I was introduced to it first, and that was what made me want to go read the books. Well, The Secret of Nim was that type of visual styling, not typical, but I guess for my age, when I was younger, that was what they fed us, which is probably why we're so screwed up now.
Yeah, right.
Like,
dark and twisty.
There's a ton of these movies out there that were much more.
Not necessarily. They had an underlying context.
Yeah, so it wasn't like.
Tunes. You go watch any like old cartoons like them, like Tom and Jerry and stuff. They have a lot of like pseudo narrative stuff that's underneath the surface, and with Secret of Nim, not only is it like dark and creepy, even like they have some really like I would even say almost disturbing elements.
Mm-hmm.
But like they are not scared to put characters in peril, and I mean like real peril where you worry about them. And the main I cannot remember the main mouse lady character that we followed.
Yeah, hold on. That's what I was trying to remember her name. Frisbee, Mrs. Frisbee.
Thank you, Hannah, and also Chris. She goes through some really hardships, and it's really interesting.
God, yes.
Well, but what I'm saying is, it's really interesting to see a cartoon willing to take a female character who has really no discernible skills. She's a
strong female character by the end of this.
She grows into a very strong person by some really, really awful things happening around her, and people just really don't have the balls to do that to their characters these days, and it's really detrimental to the idea of a nobody becoming a hero. It's really interesting.
But this movie made me want to go read the book, which I did, which was Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats and Them. But the funny thing about this is the third movie that might have been a Disney movie. This was offered to Disney first, and they turned it down.
I'm glad.
So,
Because I think we got the darker elements because of it.
yeah, I'm not sure if it would have been quite like that. Although, like I said, the next one, or not the next one, but my number, this is 9.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So my number 7 is
Well, you're gonna already ruin it.
no, my number 7 is a dark movie too.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Racist.
kind of dark. It was different, but okay.
Yeah, I would just say I just worry. Like I said, I think of Great Mouse Detective when I think of Secret of the Nim. Just kind of.
Yeah, I could see it have going that way.
But like, I feel like it's a little bit neutered. It could have went even darker. And I feel like Great Mouse Detective is kind of what that film could have been if Disney had had their hands on it. I don't think it would have been as poignant and striking with Disney's hands on it. So that's my opinion. But I what a great choice. I love that choice. I really do.
Yeah, good. A good number 9 there from Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah. For my number 9, I've had to change this up slightly because I second guess myself. Yeah. Number 9, I've got Knives Out.
You really think it's underrated?
Yes, and main reason why, Ryan Johnson directed it. Due to the failure of The Last Jedi, I feel like people would have been like, "Oh, this is gonna be shit because it's Ryan Johnson."
I mean,
I'm gonna withhold judgment. I watched it recently. I watched it the last probably 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
What do you think of the movie?
As much as I like me or Shadow.
Yeah, you John.
I think people tried to act like he was going to give this big subversion when he actually did exactly what they all do. Agatha Christie does it better, and I don't think he was as clever as he thought, which tends to be the way he writes. You knew the complete answer 5 minutes into the film, and he tried to tell you it multiple times. The only scene I actually legitimately enjoyed was the scene with the old man and Marta when they were playing the game, and he was telling her her the plan. It's the best scene in the film. And after that, I think everything is really lame. But I think all the actors are really solid. I think it looks really pretty. As I always say, Ryan Johnson can be a very good director. He reminds me of Zack Snyder. Don't let him touch a script ever, but let him be a director of photography. And if he's good with the actors, go ahead and let him direct. But that movie thinks it's really clever, and it's super not. Sorry. My girl and I were out like 40 minutes in.
It kind of reminds me, and I'm not saying you're wrong, because again, this is all opinion. When I watched it, I like it.
Once I hear the Ryan Johnson thing, I'm like, it's not because it's Ryan Johnson.
I like it, but here's the thing: when I watched it, I'm thinking Clue did it better, and so did the original.
We literally watched Clue. We literally watched Clue before we watched Knives Out, and I'm like, Clue looks like a stage show.
Yes.
And I was more enthralled
yes.
and enjoyed it because the acting was really there.
Yes.
And I felt the same thing from Knives Out with the cast being really, really solid actors. But because of the bad cutting and the really terrible editing, like narratively, like flashing back and flashing forward and moving here and moving there, even though the movie pretty much already told us who it was, I go, I don't care.
Yeah.
So that was my issue.
I felt like it was that, and I also felt like, and we bring up Agatha Christie, the original Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah.
That was just so novel how they did it. And that was probably the first movie, but was that 1950 something?
God, I couldn't even tell you.
I don't know. Whatever year it was, that was the first movie that after that movie was put out, and the way they did it was like everybody wanted to do that movie.
Yeah. And I just feel like a jerk because even like Doctor Who did an Agatha Christie episode and they did it better than Knives Out. So it's It's one of those things where I love the aesthetic, but man, again with Ryan Johnson, that guy cannot write a story to save his life. He's just as contrived and up his own ass as J.J. Abrams. That's kind of where I'm at. Sorry, but aesthetically, very pleasing.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It's just
But it was a cool movie. I can see, but I understand where you're coming at with because of Ryan Johnson. A lot of people didn't give it a chance.
Yeah, I do feel like it's a good film, not as good as say Agatha Christie and Clue and all that. I just like I'd say one thing that Knives Out did different to some other stuff, some other who done it. It flip-flopped between crime and detective genres. So Act 1 was mainly detective, Act 2 was mainly crime, and then Act 3 was mainly detective again.
I don't know if that any detective work ever happens.
I don't know, it's just, that's how I figured that out, but yeah. I felt like that was a smart move because you got to see more into the backstory of how everything happened. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you get the answer at the beginning of the film, and then like he kind of drip feeds it because they're not really paying attention to that.
Well, the problem is once you show us how the puzzle looks and finished, I'm being asked by the film to scrutinize how the pieces come together. And when Ryan Johnson is not very good at the being cohesive, he doesn't really care about continuity and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The last thing you really want to do is give me the entire puzzle piece and then have me deconstruct your film. Like Looper's a great example because he literally has a moment in a time travel film where he says, "Don't think about it," and it's like, but your film is asking me to.
Mm-hmm.
And with Knives Out, they're making me think about it. And one of my major issues is with Marta. You set up the puking thing, this altruistic puking thing with the character, and you in one scene it's instant, but then in other scenes she can do it and hold it off for like an hour, and I'm like, oh, so you're just giving her a superpower for no reason. Also, like, she suffers no detriments, which is insane. Like when they have the big car chase at the end when she evades the cops, I don't care if Blanc trusts her or whatever. The other cops would be like, no, we're taking her in. And then like just that whole ending is awful. And then my other issue is how convenient, and I understand people are gonna go, don't you get it, dummy? They set it up with the old guy saying Rams Hugh.
Ransom.
I'll just say Hugh to try and not to try and spoil anything, because it doesn't really matter because he's only called Hugh once throughout the entire film, which also that whole thing was dumb. Hugh, oh my god, kill me. But people would tell me with the line about the fake knife, I go, you have an entire chair filled with real knives, and you're gonna try and tell me the convenience that he picked the one there. I go, if you would have made it just like 3 or 5, I'd have been fine with that. I'd have been like, okay, the odds are a little bit more slim, but this looked like a Game of Thrones chair with like 90 fucking knives in it. And I go,
I feel like the question is, are they all real knives, or is it only just one fake knife?
see, and that's what I would have liked to have figured out after. Like, could you imagine if like the 2 detectives both grabbed one, and then you find out they're all fake? Then I would have been like, okay, that's awesome, because that makes him even more stupid, because that would have actually worked better narratively, because it was like, oh yeah, he was right all along. They were all fake and he never noticed. I think that'd even be better. But we never get an explanation of anything. He wants you to infer everything and just agree with what he says in the scene, when even what is said in the scene contradicts itself. It's really silly. But again, the cast is phenomenal. The acting's insane. The dialogue is pretty shit though. It's Ryan Johnson being
Ryan Johnson's
being kind of a jerk about the trolls and stuff online. So it's like, it's really abrupt. It kind of like, it reminds me of like the scenes in Rise of Skywalker when, a Jedi's weapon deserves more respect. that kind of stuff. When you can, it's almost like the movie reached out and slapped you in the face with the meta. And I feel like Knives Out did that a lot. And
I think that's the type of director he is, though. I just
He's
think
a-
that's
he's
his.
petty. He's a petty guy. Where I would just argue he's a really good visual director, like Zack Snyder, 100%. But I think they should never be allowed to touch a script ever. Because I don't even. I'm a big Breaking Bad fan, and people really like The Fly and Ozymandias. I think Ozymandias is fine, but oh man, what a tone shift from the other episodes. But they're fun, they're fine, but whatever. And again, I feel bad. I didn't mean to rip on your movie, but people have asked me about Knives Out a lot, and I finally watched that
Yeah.
and Blue at the same time, so I just kind of wanted to say it while it was fresh. But
Alright.
I totally get it. If people like whodunits, I would just say do Clue. It's really interesting to watch
Yeah.
Clue and then Knives Out when they're trying to be the same film essentially. Like genre wise, and they're completely different. One's like super old school, like stage show esque, campy silliness, and then this one is overt, hyperbolic characters in a very pristine looking setting. It's really interesting to see where movies in that genre have progressed. It's very, very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I do
I
agree
wouldn't
with you
say a
there.
bad choice. I would not say a bad choice. I would just say
Yeah.
definitely. Just think about
We're
it.
only on
Yeah.
number 9, right?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
That's why I was apprehensive of coming in. I tend to be a talker. I apologize.
Yeah.
You're all right.
We'll quickly move on then to our number 8 spots. JJ, what have you got in your locker?
Well, this is where it starts to go a little south.
Like Song of the South, or
Yeah, Song of the South. Yeah,
Sweet
yeah.
potato pie, and I shut my mouth.
Yeah, no. Underworld, Blood War.
hey,
Yeah, we're right back on the Underworld.
I like the Underworld franchise.
Wow, we got into a huge that
Kate
went into
Beckinsale
a
is
rabbit hole on
Beckinsale.
Robert Storm's.
Kate Beckinsale is back.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah. You can't seriously. You can't.
There are very
Oh,
few
wow.
women you can put in that type of an outfit and not get a
Yeah,
whole.
Scott Speedman is a terrible actor, though. Sorry.
It don't matter.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, Speedman wasn't even credited in the movie,
Oh wow, really?
and he wasn't even credited in Awakening either,
Oof.
because they
Yeah.
show him in the movie, and I watched the credits in Awakening, and he's not even accredited in the movie at all. I think it was all just CG.
So I'm curious. So why'd you pick that Underworld out of all? Because
Because-
most people would probably pick the first one. So I'm really.
Well, no, I'm talking about as far as underrated, because a lot of people didn't like Awakening or Blood War.
True.
I like all 5 movies. You can't go wrong with Kate Beckinsale in Black Leather,
Agreed.
but and also you can't go wrong with her with the white streaks in her hair in Blood War. And the white fur coat, man, she's just the character of Celine is completely and utterly awesome. I love it. These movies are what Twilight should have been.
Mhm.
I'd even make the argument like, here's the joke. Like, you know how we talk about race bending characters and doing all that stuff? It's like, this is a female Blade.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, write your own shit, man. You can do a really good job. It'll be fine. Make new characters. I don't know. I totally agree with you. I like the Underworld franchise feels exactly like the Resident Evil franchise.
Mhm.
It's just fun schlocky shit. It's fun
Yeah.
to watch. I don't know.
I love it, man. Completely underrated. I thought it was a good movie, a good popcorn movie.
You know what
Uh,
happens when you have things like Twilight and stuff? You know what happens is that people write fan fiction to become 50 Shades of Grey.
I'm cool with that.
Well, that's actually what 50 Shades of Grey
Well, no,
was.
that's what I'm saying. It's still fine. I mean, I'm not gonna watch those movies, but porn is porn. I don't read romance
I
novels.
don't think
but
it
gets
I never
ovaries.
under-
It
I
gets
never
ovaries twitching.
Well, John, why would you want to watch it, man? From my understanding, you make it, so you live it.
How dare you? You are also true. Yes, you are a Truman.
I ain't lied to none of you. I haven't
Look,
lied to
there's
none
a
of you
reason
yet.
why my icon has a gigantic fist in the front. I'm sorry.
Oh wow! Oh, you went there with
That
a
was
fist.
bad. That was bad. Dial back. Dial back. Bring it back.
Oh no. Alright,
Mhm.
strong number 8 from JJ. Underworld, Blood Wars.
Yeah.
John, what have you acquired to your locker?
It's actually really funny. Thanks to uh, both JJ and Chris, I've actually changed up 2 films. I've actually taken 2 of the DVDs out and changed them. I'm going to start with the one that JJ actually made me think, because I was thinking about Scott Speedman. He's a terrible actor, by the way. He's like the love interest guy in Underworld, or at least in the first film. And I think the second
Right.
one. He's in a film called Duets.
Oh, dude, yeah, I love duets.
It has, and I figured you would, Mr. DJ, sir. This is a
Well,
karaoke-based film.
I love it for several reasons. One, it's karaoke, but 2, because the competition they're going to
don't worry,
here,
I'm not
here in Kansas City
the real
is a
thing.
competition I actually helped start. So
Shut the fuck up, really? Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk because I actually really do like this film, and a lot of people don't even know exists.
Yeah.
Has one of the coolest casts ever. It has young Gwyneth Paltrow
Yep.
running around with Huey Lewis.
Yep.
You have Paul Giamatti,
Yep.
who is a disgruntled suburban white man
and son
who
of
runs away.
who's the son of a former baseball commissioner.
Yep. And he runs away from his suburban life for a minute because he's having essentially an existential crisis, and runs into a essentially like a robber, kind of an ex-con, and that is played by the guy who plays Detective Holt in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I can't remember his name right now. Fucking brilliant
Yeah.
actor, and he
Mhm.
sings a cover of Freebird, an a cappella version of Freebird, that to this day I cry every single time I hear it. It's so good. But Scott Speedman is in it. I mean, this is just a huge cast, and it's pretty much just a bunch of nobodies who all run into each other, and they all run into the same end point at a karaoke contest in Kansas City, and then it's kind of like Crash.
That's a good way of putting it.
It's essentially Crash, but a little more lighthearted, even though considering the ending, which I won't spoil. This is a film I never even heard about till one day I just saw it because I'm a huge Paul Giamatti fan. And it popped up, and then when I saw the rest of the cast, I'm like, done. I'm going to watch this. If you've never seen it, if you like karaoke, if you like these actors, check it out. It's honestly, it's heartwarming. It's sad. It really runs you through the gambit, and it's a fantastic film. It's so wonderful. It's so wonderful. I really, really like this film. I forgot about it.
It does what's so hard in so many other movies, which is you have multiple groups with multiple storylines going on,
And it all makes sense.
it all makes sense and it works well together.
Yeah. JJ, thank you for reminding me about
No,
that.
no problem.
With
Yeah, no
Underworld.
problem.
It's truly one of my favorite films that I even get mad at myself. I don't feel like I watch it enough because of the ending. A lot of people don't want to watch it with me all the time. But oh man, anytime it's on, or if I get bored and just see the disc, I just throw it in. I love it. I love it unconditionally.
Yeah.
It's a perfect film for itself, like in its genre or whatever. It really nails it.
It's a romantic
God.
drama comedy.
Well, and the songs. I mean, the songs, like and you wouldn't even think like Gwyneth Paltrow can sing her ass off,
yeah.
and she's doing a duet for she sings Betty Davis Eyes. Oh my God. And then her and Huey Lewis have a duet.
Marvin Gaye's Cruising.
Yes, Cruising. Oh, great. And then
Let's cruise.
well, and Paul Giamatti and Detective Holt do their version of She May Get Weary. Ooh, what is it? Try a Little Tenderness. Oh my God. And then the only other
Feeling
version
Alright
that I
with Huey Lewis.
other than the original Try a Little Tenderness, I love that duet version. And then if you've never heard it, go listen to Chris Brown's version from this Christmas. It's one of the best versions of. Sorry to promote Chris Brown. I know he's a badman or whatever, but Try a Little Tenderness is beautiful. Yes, exactly. So
he's got a voice. Ain't no
I'm
doubt
sorry,
about it.
he's amazing. Oh my god.
He's got a voice.
I don't watch movies because I like the actor outside
There
of
it
that
is.
movie. I watch them because I like their movies.
Will I watch the new things after everything that came out? Probably not. But if they made it before the stupid, I'll probably watch it.
Yeah.
But either way, duets. Go watch duets. Good nonsense. I love it.
Solid number right there from John. Chris, do you have anything to match that?
Well, I don't know what people are going to say about this, and it is an out there movie, and it's different, and it depends on how you look at things. But it is again in that surreal, different type of animation style from the '70s and early '80s, and it's a British film. You might know about this, Shadowhunter. I don't know if your parents had ever subjected you to it and traumatized you, but Watership Down.
I've seen this.
Okay, this movie, it's kind of weird because they take the way that rabbits live in real life in the wild, and yet they put words to it.
Peter
and
Rabbit. Yeah.
No, God, no. I mean, listen, there's scenes in this where rabbits are ripping rabbits apart,
Oh, Hop.
and not like that. They're taking their teeth and ripping their skin off. It's crazy. But this movie, I think it's underrated because it's done really well. And there's a book. I've read the book because of the movie. And
There's this
It's
show
just-
called Spam-A-Lot I saw once.
no. This is just watch it. Okay, just imagine this, John. Watch it and understand that I saw this when I was like 6.
Gross.
And you will probably go, oh, there's where he's wrong. That's what happened to him. This movie is just, I don't know. But I do give it a lot of credit for how it does what it does. And it's never given full credit. And one of the problems is it's been really hard to market and to put out there because there's been a lot of people who said it's just too violent for kids. It got too many different types of things. Kids don't quite understand what's going on, but it's done. I just think it's not given the credit that it should get. So
Definitely not. Yeah. Yeah. I can definitely agree with you there, Chris. A really solid number 8 from you there.
Everybody likes a good bunny.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if that's like a euphemism.
monies are not the monies you like. It's different.
Yeah.
That's how I put it.
Alright. So for my number 8, this one's just because it's more of a personal thing for me. I've got Cars.
Like the Pixar film?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
I've got this because this was one of the first movies I've watched as a kid, and this was one of the first movies I watched so many times that I knew the dialogue to every single line of that film.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I think I love the voice actors. Surprising.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson is very hit and miss because he's just pretty much Owen Wilson and everything.
Yeah.
All the racing stuff I don't give a fuck about, but all the stuff on Route 66 is so intriguing to me. I love it. I think it's very
Yeah.
endearing. And I don't even hate Larry the Cable Guy is Mater. Like I think it was a good casting call.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
What made you pick that one over? Because Pixar has a really strong catalog.
Yeah.
What makes you think it's underrated?
When you compare this film to other Pixar films, people would be like that it's not as good and it's just a bit. I don't know,
Maybe
a
it
bit
feels too much
overdone.
like cash grabby because of like the cars aspect of it, like the toys
Yeah,
aspect of
definitely.
it.
Definitely. That's how, like, because people from where I am, they don't really pay attention to films and stuff like that. When I suggest the films I put on here, they just have no fucking clue what I'm saying. But yeah, I've got Cars, definitely. It's just a very good film. I enjoy it. Jeremy Clarkson's Harv. I know in America it's a different
Yeah.
voice actor. I watched the American version the other day.
Oh, they took Jeremy Clarkson. Oh, I didn't know Jeremy Clarkson was in.
Yeah, in the English version,
Who do you
Jeremy
play?
Clarkson's Harv. Lightning McQueen's agent, Harv.
Shut up, really? And I'm assuming
Yeah.
it's because of Top Gear or whatever.
Yeah, due to the stuff that happened.
Well,
with
yeah, then he
Jeremy
turned into a
Clarkson.
fucking gigantic cunt. Am I allowed to say that word? Because
Yes,
guys
I
use
don't
that
get
word?
paid.
okay,
Yes.
cool. I was like, you guys use that word over there, right?
Yeah,
he's a
bastard, dipshit.
he's a right cunt.
I'm not from London.
No, Jeremy Clarkson's kind of a dick.
Oh,
No,
now
he,
you're
like,
bringing
literally-
area into it.
No, like he legitimately like hit somebody because like he like fucked up his like food order or something on set. It was like a whole thing. Yeah, he was kind of a dipshit. But yeah, that's really interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, that actually blows my mind. I would love to see a different. Well, no, I like things like that. I'd like to see different edits or like how things
Yeah.
are dubbed differently or things like that. I always find that interesting.
I don't know who the person who does Harv in the American version is, but when I heard it the first time, because the stream service I used to watch all my films are in the American version instead of the British
Yeah.
version, I was just so confused. Like, have they just dubbed him out of it or something? But,
Well, I was gonna
just
say
realised
is-
it's the American version.
Is Jeremy Clarkson the only switch out that you get?
I don't
Because
know.
if so, that would be jarring as fuck. Like to hear a British accent when you're dealing on Route 66. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or like
guess that's-
you're or in
yeah.
NASCAR even to hear like a lot of British stuff at a NASCAR event would be really strange. Granted it's his agent, but still, it's like,
Yeah.
That's really interesting to me though.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, that rounds off our number 8. We
Yeah, good
found
call.
Yeah. Just swiftly moving on to number 7. JJ, what do you have in store for us?
Okay, seems he made it.
Yeah,
there we go.
no, yeah, I had to step away real quick. Sorry,
Oh, that's
got
fine.
back just in time.
Damn.
Got back just in time. Number 7, Planet of the Apes, 2001 with Mark Wahlberg.
No, that's
Ooh.
funny. I brought that up the other day in a weird context. That's fine.
Yeah, man. I just, I'm not an Apes fan, but
How dare you? That's racist.
the Apes
Wow.
movies. But I actually like that movie, with him in it, and of course I love watching Estella Warren. She is gorgeous. She may not be able to act worth a damn, but she's gorgeous.
Oof. I like me
Um,
some Michael Clark Duncan. Rest in peace. Anything with him in it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No, hey, no argument there. No argument there. He did good with the ape. Even Shang Tsung with the older ape. Hang
Yeah.
on a second.
I don't disagree.
No, neither do I. It's a good film. I can't deny it, to be fair.
I think they did. I mean, it's a different take on it, and I think they did a really good job of turning it around from something that was.
Well,
that-
they made it obvious. Like they updated superficial aesthetics, but like, do not take away their makeup work. Holy shit! Like they did a really good job with the makeup, and I just
Yeah.
think. You get to the new ones and the CGI is really really something else. But man, I'm one of those guys. You put somebody in prosthetics, I'm like, it's gonna hold up better, regardless of whether I think the film's a little one dimensional, but it's fine. The new ones have a lot more heart, but like the CGI could potentially age, even though it's really well done. I just love prosthetics. I
Yeah.
can't get over it. That's why I watch the Orville over like, a lot of other stuff because
I definitely
they
agree
put
with
the
you
effort
there.
in.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah, of course. But,
But yeah, it's a good film. I think it's a good film. Mark Wahlberg's still in his cheesy acting. Like I don't think he brought his A game, but
Right.
I don't think he was terrible in it. But he definitely he wasn't as bad as Transformers, but he wasn't as good as The Departed, if that makes sense.
Right. I'm not a big Wahlberg fan, and I like all the Transformers movies, but
All of them.
all of no. But hear me out. The
All
ones
right.
he was in, it just brought the movie down. Because believe it or not, I would have rather had Shia LaBeouf in it.
Oh,
I
Shia
agree,
LaBeouf's
yeah.
a superior actor,
Yeah.
and people are finding that out lately. That Shia LaBeouf might be kind of damaged in the brain a little bit, but man, that dude can act.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Anyway,
you can, definitely.
um,
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
good call.
Alright.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
Strong number 7 there. Can't deny that is a good pick. John.
So a lot of you guys have been bringing up animation, and I realized I didn't have any animated films in my list.
Yeah.
So one of the ones that got tossed to the side. It's
I've
one
got
that
I got one at least honorable mention.
There we go. So I got
Yep.
I got this one that I watched recently and I've loved for a really long time. Really, only one character kind of disappeared on me. Like I'm kind of sick of him, but I love the movie itself. Anastasia.
Ooh.
I was a huge fan. This was this weird 2D Disney pseudo animation mixed with this like 3D environment stuff that started happening before and then Treasure Planet really took it to like the next level. Which I would put on my list if I would have rewatched it, which I just bought to see if it holds up. But Anastasia is one of those ones where I like musicals because I'm a raging F word. But
A really fuck with.
well, I'm a loose cigarette in your country.
Oh, fuck.
He said it.
Come on,
Um,
come on, fuck stick. You can do it.
Yeah, that's it. So I really do like musicals. Like I'm a super longoid for that stuff, and I think they do a really good job. I think some of the voice acting's weird. It's one of the big hangups I have with a lot of things like Black Widow. Like I hate the fact that people shy away from the Russian accent from their characters,
Yeah.
especially if it's a Russian-based animation. But I can live with it. But I love the music. I love the voice actors. I think the animation's really, really cool. Bartok was one of those things that I found very funny, but now I can't fucking stand him as an adult. And Christopher Lloyd as Rasputin makes zero sense, but at the same time, he does a brilliant job. He's really menacing. He's got a weird, I don't know, just a weird loony voice that holds itself to him, and maybe it's because of the derangement that he had as the judge from Roger Rabbit. But he's really cool, and there's a lot of really dark imagery. Again, like I think when cartoons weren't scared of being edgy. I think it's a really good film with really good music, and even if you don't think everything holds up, I don't think you're gonna be upset when you finish the film because it's brilliantly paced. There's action and like really, really extravagant visuals. So if you really like superficial ideals when it comes to media, man, you will not be disappointed when it comes to the visual aspect of it. I don't know about the rest of the story or like biopic type stuff, but it kind of reminds me of Greatest Showman. Like if you're going in there for a biopic, you're going to be sadly disappointed. But if you're going in there for music and aesthetic, you'll be surprisingly entertained. So it's really, really, really good. Meg Ryan, Christopher Lloyd, Fraser Crane, can't remember his name for the Kelsey Grammer. Sorry.
Yeah.
Angela Lansbury is in there. Murder She Wrote herself, and the cast is phenomenal. Just watch it. You'll have a really, really good time. It's really awesome. Really, really good stuff.
Yeah. I definitely agree with you there, John. That's a very strong number 7.
Thank you.
Yeah, Anastasia. Chris, what have you got to level with that?
Okay, so number 7, right?
Yep.
Okay, The Black Hole, 1979 film.
Yes.
Again, another lost treasure that they just didn't know how to market it. I think that's the biggest problem. I mean, the visuals for when it was it was fairly realistic feeling, but it was a sci-fi film at the same time, but it just had some really cool aesthetics to it. If you haven't seen it, I mean, this is one that I think is really hard to find from what I know, but I don't know. I just think
you said hard.
Yeah. I just think it's really just
I own it on Blu-ray. I mean, not Blu-ray, DVD.
Yeah. And I think that people just don't give it credit. So, yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen it, go see it, because some of the visuals in that movie are, for the time, just crazy. And again, it's Disney, but it's one of those movies I think Disney just kind of doesn't like to admit to. So,
man, Disney's got a lot of great movies from back then.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about non-animation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll about to list off stuff like Howard the Duck and all that then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A great number 7 there. I don't think I've seen this film before, to be honest with you. But from what you've said, I'm intrigued.
I would suggest it. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure if they put it on Disney Plus yet. It's that type of.
Yes.
Have they? They did finally, because they just kind of just never did anything with this movie. And I don't know. So there you go.
They've got that, the original Tron. I think The Cat from Outer Space. You know, other great older Disney movies like that of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Solid movie. I loved it.
Yeah, I can agree with you there. Yeah. Anyways, strong number 7 there from Chris. The Black Hole, which could be referred to other things nowadays.
No, not that hole.
Yeah. We will stray away from that.
That's what she said. No, sorry.
Anyways.
My bad. Sorry.
Oh, that's fine, mate. So my number 7, I don't know if it's as underappreciated as it is here in UK and in America, but I've got Attack the Block. This film, especially in the UK,
did you say Attack the Block?
Yes, I did.
Fuck yes, you did. Hell yeah.
In the UK, it's not really that well known, but since that film with like John Boyega and Joe Cornish and all that, and Jodie Whittaker, obviously.
That was Jodie Whittaker? Oh my god, I'm retarded. How did I not realize that was her?
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right here. John just admitted it.
Yes, like 100%. Because Freema Drema,
someone clip that,
is in there. He's from he's the Firestorm guy from fucking CW. Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Sorry, I like the CW, or I did. I used to.
So do I. Don't feel bad.
Oh my god, Attack the Block! It's so good. Oh my god.
In the UK, it's not really that well appreciated as well. From John's reaction, it's like $1 billion in America for why.
Oh, dude,
John's reaction.
Why do you think everybody wanted fucking John Boyega to be like the Jedi in the new movies? Like, we love him here. Like, he's insane.
Yeah.
So good.
I definitely feel like John Boyega as Finn is one of the characters in Star Wars that are very underused. I'll go into that topic in another time, but
yeah,
that's a complete and utter understatement right there.
Yeah, the whole internet agrees with you. Don't worry.
Yep. But yeah, Attack the Block. Also another film that's close to my heart. This was the first ever film that I studied in film studies. I'd watched this before, and I thought it was a good film. But when I started to nitpick it and look into it, it's really good. You have the sci-fi and horror, you have the action, you have the urban realism. You also have the aliens, which are not the normal aliens. They're black with like blue saliva and all that. And it's up to these teenagers that sound like, "Wait, what, bruv?" That go out with their katanas, baseball bats.
But not only that, I would even make the argument it even accidentally like mixes two things together. So you have alien invasion, sure,
Yeah.
whatever. But most alien films, what do you have? Because I have one on my list that I'm going to bring up. Usually, when you get an alien film, most of the time it's an invasion. It's this crazy,
Yeah.
over the top nonsense. But what are the most famous ones? You have Alien. Why? Because
Exactly.
it's one. You have The Thing. One alien, people in a compound. You're thinking Attack the Block. Boom! Here comes one alien, and then all of a sudden it turns into some more. But you were like, we were dealing with one for like a section of the film.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it turns into this big thing, and then you have to figure it out. So, the third act is kind of whatever, but man, the build up to that third act is so fucking perfect. It has like a 28 days later kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
Like it's so cool because it has this like, and like you keep saying they're they're Northies, or they're like from the north.
The film takes place in London, but they do have a kind of
They have
northern...
that Sussex, like, oh, bro, you're gonna do like, oh, come on, my bruv, like, like, I'm gonna make you a cake, bruv, like, that kind of like, really like,
kind of like
just
Roadman.
chappy, like, or like,
Yeah.
like soccer hooligan
Yeah.
shit, and so it makes them kind of endearing. If you're Americans, especially, it's just kind of fun to hear other people's rhetoric and them just yelling at each other. But they're all vulgar, so it's kind of like it's endearing, even because it's like they're all in a real fucked up situation where people are getting murdered. So like, who cares a fuck about profanity? Like, they were so good. And the kid actors, man, we all know finding good kid actors is difficult. And these are like 10 to 15-year-olds, and then maybe a couple of 20s.
Oh, fuck off.
The acting is insane. Acting's awesome. And Nick Frost is in it in a giant lead room.
Yep. The
What a good
legendary
film.
Ron
What a great
Swanson.
choice.
Yeah.
What a great choice, sir.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna do a Attack the Block film review for a different time.
For sure.
Definitely.
Hell yeah. I look forward to it. That film is great.
John's right.
Anyways.
That's why we, the John Boyega statement there. That's why we
He's just good.
He should have been the Last Jedi.
Yeah, I should have.
He looks so cool. In that
Even though the Star Wars movies were pretty much shit, by everybody's perspective,
Well-
John Boyega was an excellent actor in
Oh,
that.
yeah.
even though
They're
he
all
was
good actors.
Well, the thing is
Yeah.
that they should have, they talk about diversity. Well, how diverse could you have been to make a black man
Yeah.
a Jedi? Because what other black man has been a Jedi?
Into the janitor
Mace Windu.
chasing a white woman.
Also,
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just throwing that out there.
I know.
Yeah.
All right.
That was
Yeah.
funny as hell.
Ugh.
Yeah. Quickly moving on to number 6. JJ, what have you acquired to your table of films?
Okay, all right. This one, I don't know if many people know about this one. It's from 1980. Olivia Newton-John's in it. It's called Xanadu.
Dude, yes.
Hey!
'Cause That's on my honorable mentions because I was like, I don't know. But damn, I love that movie.
Shout
That's
out.
like a guilty pleasure.
I-
Oh.
I put it in the private chat, so if you wanted to look it up, you could.
Dude, I love Xanadu.
I'm not a big musical fan, but just that movie alone, and with the visual effects in it from 1980.
Mhm.
2 words. Gene fucking Kelly.
That's
Yes.
3 words.
Yes.
No, that's 2 words.
Hey, look!
Because
Both
here,
sides of the pond can count, unlike Chris.
no, that's 2 words. Trust me, because fucking
Oh.
Kelly is fucking. No, dude, this is
Susan will edit that on
no
YouTube.
Gene Kelly
Really
in
only
this movie. The funny thing about this movie is Gene Kelly was asked to be in it, and it was his last movie he ever did. And when he took the movie, he said, "Fine." I mean, he turned it down, and then finally says, "Come on, we'll do whatever we have to do to get you in this movie." And he says, "I'm not dancing." He says, "I am not going to dance. I'll be in your movie. I'm not going to dance." So when they brought him into the last dance he ever did in the movie, they brought him into this area and they said, and he walks in and he says, "What are we doing in this room?" And he says, "Well, it's a dance number." And he literally almost walked down on the whole production. He said, "I know I'm not doing that." But Olivia Newton-John said, "You won't do it." She said, "I would consider it such an honor to be able to dance with a legend like you." And he was like, oh, "Okay, fine." Because I mean, he's danced with Ginger Rogers. I mean, all these great dancers. But that movie, thank you, JJ. I had so many. I was like, man, I want to put that on there, but
yeah, because that dance scene. See, I'm not an old movie person. You know, Gene Kelly, I know who he is, but I've never seen any of his movies. But that dance scene that dance sequence with him and Olivia Newton-John in that movie was brilliant. Awesome. You know, I was like, all right. And the music wasn't even bad either. You know, if I could
who does the music in that? It was ELO, Electric Light Orchestra. And know, for like 10 to 15, 20 some odd years, they said that those were studio recordings that they had never released and that they stole it. They literally denied making that soundtrack for years because
for so long.
But that's yeah.
Yeah. Awesome movie, man. If you ain't seen it, check it out. That's another good popcorn movie, but if you like musicals, it's got some great music in it also. And the visual effects for the time is, I think, wonderful.
Yep.
Stop picking popcorn movies. I'm going to get fat.
I'm going to add that to our list then.
Fatter. Get wrecked me. Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Wreck your own ass.
I'm sorry, I went off in a tangent there, but yeah, because I'm going to have to go upstairs here in a minute and make dinner while you guys are going around. So. Sorry.
It's fine.
Better microwave something real quick. Better microwave something real quick.
No, it's all right. I'll have time. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on to you, John. What do you have?
We were talking about aliens with Attack the Block, so I'm going to move this one up. Battle Los Angeles, starring Aaron Eckhart.
Interesting.
I really, really like this film. They have a very aggressive handheld cinematography to it. And the way that they put you into these really close angles inside of a street, it really it felt like The Hurt Locker. And thank you for yawning so aggressively at me.
Oh, I didn't yawn. I
was talking about the war, man. The war against the aliens.
No, I didn't yawn. I just stretched my legs.
Yeah, that's what they all say. So the movie's just about like you just have a bunch of jarheads essentially, and old guy, pretty cliche, about to be finished up, and then all of a sudden, the aliens attack, and
the aliens,
and it happens in Los Angeles, obviously, and they, dude, it's just they treat this thing like a straight up ass war film, like. And like urban war film. It really reminds me of like when they get into the like rooftop shootouts and like in the alleys and stuff. It gets really aggressive and handheld, like Hurt Locker or like Saving Private Ryan or something like that. But it's like a super sci-fi film. But man, some of the dialogue and the acting in here is just really top notch. Fucking Neo, the singer, is actually like a good actor in this film. They treat it like an urban war film. It kind of reminds me of, it's kind of like Red Dawn with aliens. It's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah.
There's even like a shootout on a bridge. Like it's really, really tactical. It's really, really impressive. Oh man, it's a lot of fun. It's like Independence Day if you did a war battle on the ground. Like it's awesome. Like I loved it, and people should watch it because Aaron Eckhart is incredible. Like every actor in this is good. It's so good. Sorry, I'm just gonna keep saying it's good until you cut me off.
All right.
Makes me cry every time, like a bitch.
Well,
when you see a bus, get ready to cry. That's the spoiler for the film. If you see a bus at some point, get ready to cry.
All right. Well. We'll leave that to that. Chris, before you have to go and make your dinner, what have you got for number 6?
I have young Sherlock Holmes. 1985 flick. It was George Lucas kind of thing. He dabbled a little bit with CGI in it. It was one of the first like moving CGI scenes ever in that movie. I love it. It's done so well. The kid got to play Sherlock Holmes. Who was it? Nicholas Rowe. He does a phenomenal job. And then Alan Cox is the guy that plays Watson. yes. But they both do a very good job with those two characters. And then the story about why Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty have this rivalry throughout the whole book series and stuff. It makes sense using this origin story. It's just done really well. Just all of the different effects they use in it, and the story is just pretty damn solid, I think. So I mean, I still to this day love watching this movie. I'm a big Sherlock Holmes fan, but
solid like Cox.
John.
Oh man.
There's two things that are really tiny that you have. One's your brain.
My
the other
balls! Oh.
Yeah, well, he just said it. So anyways.
Oh man.
Yeah, but Steven Spielberg did the movie. Like I said, I'm trying to remember. It's one of the first moving CGI shots I know. The first CGI shot was actually in Westworld. But a stained glass knight jumps out of the stained glass and walks, and they do a full 360 pan around of, well, not full 360, it's like 280, but it starts in the front, goes around the side, and you can see it being a really thin, like stained glass window still as it's moving. It's just done really neat.
Been a while.
Yeah. So.
Since I first saw you. Shout out to Spain.
Jesus.
I thought I was the youngest one here.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so young Sherlock Holmes.
All right.
And
Not a bad choice.
Yeah, I will be back though.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Stop threatening us.
Too late. I just did.
All right. Well, I was a strong number 6 there. 6, if I'm not. Yeah, it's 6 in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Young Sherlock Holmes. All right. Following on from the themes that you have, John.
What?
Well, because this film that I have is similar to yours, I've got San Andreas.
Oh.
If you don't know what this film is,
That's a rock one?
Yes. Where basically, this kind of brings out the geographical side of me with the whole San Andreas fault line just having a madness.
All right then.
It just basically a film where I can't remember what he is, but he's some type of like fire and rescue pilot or something.
He's like he's like first responders or like he's like part of like a helicopter team. It's like crazy.
Yeah. And he has to go and save his daughter while she's in San Francisco experiencing these earthquakes, tsunamis. It looks really good. Like, the CGI in it's really good. Like, I know the bridge, like, from what I've seen in behind the scenes, it's actually just a smaller bridge, and they're throwing, like, loads of buckets of water to make it look like a tsunami. And the rest of the San Andreas stuff is actually green screen.
Well, it kind of reminded me of like what was it? 2020 disaster movie, but just like a little more like.
Oh,
humanized.
2012.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said 2020 because this year was actually the.
Yeah, it's just the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, you want a 2020 disaster movie? Just watch the news.
I was about to say, man. It's like
yeah. I feel like this year will be a film in like 20 years time or something.
How's it not? You pretty much just make Resident Evil, Contagion, Outbreak, and
you've got
the Manchurian Candidate, and
you've got coronavirus outbreaks, a shit ton of fires, a couple of volcanoes.
rioting.
Yeah. The world going into fucking shit show.
Pretty
Everyone-
much. If you watch the opening scene from Predator 2, it's kind of what our country looks like right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They nailed it.
What
Yep.
was your? What was your?
San Andreas.
Oh, okay.
But
I believe that means whale's vagina, or was that San Diego?
Oh wow, really? Do not let John on another stream. He is just out there.
Oh well.
Hey, I had like a 12-hour day at work. I'm tired. I'm fading. But I'm here. I got other movies to talk about.
Yep.
Yeah. Right. Moving on to our number 5 spots, but before we do that,
A word from our sponsors. Da 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 da. Domino's.
Let's go out to the lobby. Let's go out to the.
No, gross. That's where the sticky chairs are.
no, it's not an advert. How about you all tell the beautiful people at home where you can find yourselves?
Beautiful people. The beautiful people.
Yes.
I regret everything.
We have that effect on a lot of people.
Oh
But
yeah.
JJ, would you like to tell the people at home where they can find yourselves?
Sure. What's going on, everybody?
Apparently there's more than just one of you. Gotta find yourselves.
Yep.
John,
What?
shut up, stupid.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Feels bad.
Roughly, yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy JJ. You can find me a few different places. I'm taking after Chris. I'm a little stream whore.
Ew.
One day I'll grow up to be a full blown stream whore, just like Chris.
Yeah.
But anyway, you can find me on Tuesday nights. We took the week off this week. You can find me on Tuesday nights on the Chaos List with Chris Knight, Danny Graham, and Onzo at Bigger Ford Entertainment at 9 p.m. Eastern. Talking about some interesting topics. You can find me on my own channel. I do a weekly live stream called Randomness at its Finest. Random panel, random topics. I'm thinking of doing one tonight. And if I do, it'll be around 10:30 Eastern. Come check it out, hang out, and you can find me right here on Twitter at SithLord3827. Sometimes I tweet, sometimes I retweet, sometimes I don't. It's a lottery. Come check it out.
Yep.
Shadow, thank you for having me on, man. It's a pleasure.
Yep. No worries, mate. Right, John, where can we find your lack of chromosome character?
Well, first of all, don't assume my chromosome count. Second, you can find me at your mom's bedroom, usually around 5:30 in the morning, right before she makes me pancakes. Have a good night, everyone.
That's what he thinks.
Thanks for having me on.
No.
No.
I've asked you to stop going and visiting my mother. My God, you don't pay her even.
Look.
Come on.
It's not my fault you have a chimney.
Actually, she doesn't.
Yeah.
What the hell house are you in? Are you like the Santa Claus? You just touch your nose and one appears,
Well, what the hell are you, a motherfucker or a Santa?
or both?
Why
Or motherfucking Santa?
There you go.
Well,
One's a title, one's a job.
Yeah.
yeah, no one laughs.
Yeah.
Crickets?
I'm not high enough for this shit yet, John. Just be cool, all right?
All right.
All right, let's actually tell the people where we can find you.
Oh, just check out at BaldmanBad1. You see the thingy at the bottom. Just type that in somewhere. Maybe you'll find something. You're welcome.
Yeah, I mean, not much else to say to that.
Nailed it. The man
Chris?
who needs no introduction.
Chris, yep,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Chris Knight. The Real Review 3000 is one place you can find me. You can find me on JJ's channel. Sometimes you can find me on. Occasionally, I'm over on Operation Babel, which is something the Bald Man Bald Man John,
Dare you?
is on occasionally too. Then
Blasphemous.
let's see here. What else? This
No.
week we're doing our DC fandom week at the Real Review 3000. So if you want to check that out,
Fandom.
that's what fandom. I said that.
Fandom.
Yeah,
They
that's
called
what I
it
said.
a dome.
Fandom.
They thought it was funny.
You had it right. You had it right, Chris. Bad man. Yeah.
He's saying dome.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm doing that. Yesterday was our Wonder Woman trailer talk stuff, whatever. Today was Batman.
Yeah.
Tomorrow will be Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Then we'll go to the video games, and we will get to Black Adam also.
Didn't Cheetah look awesome?
Yeah, I think she did. Yeah. Then also, Chaos Central is my other project that I do. Chaos Central, the Bigger Ford Entertainment, and Danny Graham of Comic Chat. They are on that also. We also have chaoscentral.com. You can just find everything. I mean, on Instagram, got a Patreon, Facebook.
Rule 34.
Yeah, I am a stream whore. I'm slightly better than a $2 hooker. That's what I say.
Pornhub.
Yeah, everywhere.
And just remember, if you can't reach out and touch someone, do what John does. Touch yourself.
Yay! Self-love.
Doesn't everyone?
Self-care is important.
Is that a trick question?
I wouldn't say, but
I'm
can't complain.
I'm a stream whore. Lots of people touch me.
Oh, man.
We'll leave the touching to later, shall we?
Ooh, throw us popcorn.
All right. Yes. With that said,
Right. Moving on to our number 5 spots.
Fucking hell, we're only halfway.
Yeah. You lads might think it's like 5:45 or something. For me, it's 1:45 in the
I don't
morning.
know what that means.
Oh man, come on, that's lunchtime for me.
All right.
Number
what have you got?
6.
Is that like a loony or a toonie? What is 25?
let's get going so he can go to bed.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Yeah, number 5. A little movie came out in 2014. It was a trilogy. The first one is Divergent.
Mm-hmm.
With Shailene Woodley, Theo James, Ashley Judd, Jai Courtney, Zoe Kravitz is in it. I thought it was a decent movie.
Kate Winslet and all that.
Yes, Kate Winslet was in it. Yes.
Yeah.
Who else?
Miles
remember-
Teller.
If you
Yeah,
don't-
Miles Teller.
If you don't remember Kate Winslet, she was the boobs from Titanic.
Well, of course you know the boobs, don't you, John?
Yeah.
Takes a boob to know a boob.
Titanic, great film, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually loved that one and the second one. I haven't seen the third one because it was basically straight to streaming or straight to video or
It
DVD,
was supposed to
Blu-ray,
be.
whatever.
It was supposed to be a 4-part though, and
Oh,
I don't
wow.
think they ever finished it.
No, because it failed.
Well,
It was one of-
it did. And I don't know. They changed the book from the books, and I think that was why it didn't work out. But I don't know. I like the series. I think it was done very well.
I like the premise of the movie.
I like
it
the
was-
fact that the first one they're in Chicago running around places that and it's like they're derelict. And it's like wow.
Yeah,
I
I
love
wonder
that
how
kind of stuff.
I wonder how much they had to block off to do that movie.
I don't know.
Because it looks like a dead place.
Yep.
And they did a damn good job of it.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's my number 5. I love that movie. Every time I want a guilty pleasure, I'll sit and watch that. I own the first and second one. I'll watch either of them and just sit there and just enjoy it. If you haven't seen it, it's another one I highly suggest. You might think it's crap, but then again, it may be another good popcorn movie. That's me. I like popcorn movies. Something you just sit
Making them
back.
fat.
Yeah, you sit back, relax for a couple hours, forget about the world, and just involve yourself in some good entertainment, or not so good entertainment, but still get out of the world, get away from it, and get into something else.
Yep. So number 5 there, Divergent from JJ. John, what have you got to bring to the table?
I'm gonna pick a foreign film. Oh no.
How dare you?
millionaire.
I'm a traitor. I'm Edward Snowden. I am going for a fun Chinese film called Shaolin Soccer.
Mm.
It is a Stephen Chow film. If some people don't know him, he did Kung Fu Hustle, which is also a great film. He's just really good at this juggling of overt over the like hyperbolic comedy while mixing it with this weird hyperbolic like shame thing that like people it's the strangest thing that he can make you laugh because things are absurd, but at the same time you empathize with the character instantly because he does really stereotypical things in this like weird hyperbolic anime editing slash a camera angle movement. It's a lot of fun, and pretty much it's just a bunch of Shaolin monks who've learned, or like, and even like disgraced ones, a couple of them. They've left their training, and they've all known specific things like iron leg or steel head or something like that, and they all get back together to create a soccer team. And it's really, really insane. I don't agree with this blurb on the back of the DVD case, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's like, in quotes, it's like The Matrix, Kill Bill, Crouching Tiger, and every Jackie Chan routine combined. This was
I don't agree with that either, but okay.
I don't agree with that at all. But it is hyper. If when people want an anime done as a live action, this film did it. It's absurd and really, really fun. And absolutely watch the subtitles. Don't watch the dub. It's no fun. The acting is actually really, really good. Shaolin Soccer, go watch it. And, shout out to Kung Fu Hustle. Stephen Chow is amazing. I love him.
Yeah.
Really good shit.
Good shout for number 5, Shaolin Soccer. Chris, what have you got compared to that?
My number 5, I believe, was here, or 4,
Yeah.
5. Oh yeah. Why am I on that? Hold on, let me make sure I'm doing.
That's what she said.
Okay, yeah. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. The story of Jack Barris, the guy that came up with the Gong Show and the dating game, the Newlywed Game. I think he did. He came up with a lot of different games. He also wrote the song Palisades Park. The guy was really talented, but he was really weird and quirky. And he wrote this book claiming that he was a CIA operative that went and killed people overseas. So the funny thing is being foreign military or former military, sorry. I kind of see this. The CIA has never confirmed nor denied that he was ever in, but they will never confirm or deny that anybody was or wasn't in. So it's like, okay, that doesn't tell us anything. But the fact of the matter is it makes a lot of sense of the fact that this guy, one of the things he had to do is he was the chaperone or the man from the network that was sent with the two people who were going on the date to these exotic locations overseas, and it'd be this place or that place, and nobody would ever think of it. But the thing is the way the movie explains it is that those were the places he was being sent to do his missions. And kind of after the fact, and if you read some of the interviews of people who were on the show, they always said that he was there, but he wasn't there. And it just kind of, the way that the whole book that he wrote and everything, it kind of makes sense that he could have actually been a hitman for the CIA. And it's like, it's an amazing movie. I think it's very heavily disregarded, but it's got George Clooney in it. It's got got Sam Rockwell in it. Drew Barrymore's in it. Who else?
Brad Pitt, Michael Cera.
Yeah. There's a lot of good names in it. But if you haven't seen it, it's a kind of, if you know who the guy was and you know the story behind his shows and stuff, it's kind of a mind fuck. It's like it's just crazy and plausible enough to be believable, but it's not considered a true story. It's based off of a book he wrote, and the guy was talented enough that even if he didn't do it, he wrote a hell of a story. So I really like the film. I mean, there's a lot of things going on that make you think in that movie. So yeah.
Yeah. All right, I got number.
No,
Fire.
don't make me think. Oh no, my
Good
brain
number
can't
five,
handle it.
I guess I had to take that one off. Man. Yeah, I'm going to take this one off, even though it's going to go. I'm going to mention it for my next one, but when we get around to it. But I'm going to take it off and move to.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, the Axel Braun directed Captain Marvel. Yeah, I got you.
Oh, actually, no. That would be like that's like number one with a bullet, but I just didn't put it on there because that was so obvious.
Oh no, that's not underrated. That's the greatest film ever.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, that was a good number 5 there, Chris. My number 5, tell me if you've heard of it or not. Whiplash.
Oh, J.K. Simmons is awesome.
Yes. Miles Teller, J.K. Simmons, who also plays J. Jonah Jameson, of course.
Yep.
Yeah.
How dare
It's a good
you?
film.
He's Tenzin from
Man,
that
are you
crappy
kidding me?
Avatar sequel.
J.K. Simmons is the best man for that job as far as J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah, Whiplash is obviously about a guy called Andrew who wants to become a drummer and basically moves up into this kind of group, which is obviously the composer or whatever you call it is Terrence Fletcher, who is J.K. Simmons, and it's just a good film. It's the way that he teaches Andrew to become better, bit unconventional, but yeah, I really like this film. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have put it here. But yeah, it's a different side to a music story, like different side to a music drama, and yeah, I just enjoy it overall, and I don't feel like it gets the praise that it usually would get.
Have you ever seen Mr. Holland's Opus?
No.
If you haven't, I would recommend it if you like this film. This felt like a really like aggressive version of that film. Yeah, if you like that, because I totally agree. This is awesome. Every scene. Thank you for that. Every scene is just so well acted, and it's just like really personal. Like it's weird to lock that one down. But yeah, if you like that kind of like hardcore music guy, Mr. Holland's Opus really came to mind when I watched this film. But they're completely different. But I like this kind of artistic genre, like troubled artist stuff. I like those kind of stories.
All right. Yeah. JJ, what have you got for number 4?
Click your mic.
Thank you. I do that from time to time because I got to clear my throat sometimes, and I just start talking and forget I'm muted.
I was so confused.
Don't feel bad, so am I. Really.
Possibly for different reasons. We don't know.
Yeah. My number 4, I had to throw Stallone into the mix. It came out in 2001. It was a movie called Driven.
Ooh, yeah, man, that's a good movie.
Was that the Sylvester Stallone one?
I just said that. Yeah, Stallone. I had to throw Stallone into the
Oh,
mix.
sorry. I just like heard Driven. I was like, I know that film.
Yeah. It's got Stallone in it, Burt Reynolds, Kip Purdue,
Oh,
Gina Gershon,
Huh.
Estelle Warren, another one. Great movie. It's a racing, and if you've ever watched the show House, Robert Sean, what's his name? Robert Sean Leonard. He's the cancer doctor in the show. Plays in it. So, and it's a great movie. It's racing. If you like racing, it's a great movie.
I'm definitely watching it.
Yeah, I highly suggest that right there. It's Formula One racing,
Oh, all right.
or Formula One or IndyCar. I don't know. I can't tell them really apart, but you know what I'm talking about, the style of car. Then
Yeah,
I think it's a great movie. Better than a popcorn movie, man. To me, when I first watched it, I was on the edge of my seat. I loved it. And now with technology the way it is, and TVs the way they are, it's an absolutely beautiful movie.
yeah.
I suggest
yeah.
it. Check
It's
it
done
out.
very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Song number 4 from you. Driven. John, have you got anything to, I don't know, to compete with that?
Oof.
Yeah.
Compete? I don't know. Here's a fun one. I don't know if it's necessarily underrated, but I don't hear a lot of people talk about it, especially because his career kind of fell off for a little bit. I'm gonna go with The Mask with Jim Carrey.
Oh wow.
Nice.
This was special effects done really, really well. And they figured out a way to understand what they were working with. They made it just cartoony and crappy enough
Yeah, no doubt.
to work. Like, they knew their aesthetic and they really played it. It really reminded me of like a Roger Rabbit film. It was dark, and knowing the source material, which apparently is a lot like darker and a little more deranged, they did a really good job of, like, I guess, goofying it up for modern audiences and stuff. Jim Carrey is perfect for it. But man, the aesthetic is just solid. Like, I don't think there's a bad actor in the film. There's a big dance scene with cops in the middle of the street at some point.
Yeah.
A musical number, which again,
Of
I'm a
course.
big giant loose cigarette, so I loved that scene. The attention to detail, the practical stuff, the crazy work with the acting, the dialogue's really solid, and I will maintain, I do believe that there's almost every film or photograph where a female actress is captured at the peak of their just absolute gorgeousness. That scene when Cameron Diaz pops in the red dress in the bank, it's the most beautiful I've ever seen her ever look
Yeah.
in any film ever of all time. That is almost like a Bond girl shot. It's so iconic in my head. Or even when she does the Coco Bongo dance with Jim Carrey, it's very Roger Rabbit-esque again with the CGI. I think this movie was way beyond its time, and I think it really, really holds up.
That Coco Bongo dance is definitely one of my favourite scenes
Woo!
in
She's
that
babe.
film.
She's babe.
Yeah.
G Baby, Am I Good to You? Her dance, and then her dancing with Jim Carrey is awesome.
Yeah.
And the iconic banana suit,
Yeah.
his yellow tux. It's dope.
Yeah. About
man.
that 10-minute period between there, just from the start of her scene to him waking up, it's just pure gold.
I love this film. It's just the 90s really knew how to use CGI. Like, between this and Casper and Jurassic Park, they just knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Frighteners.
Oh hell yeah.
Absolutely. Peter Jackson, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Frighteners. That was with Michael J. Fox, right?
Yes, that's on my honorable mentions. But no, I mean,
Yeah. And Casper was an excellent movie. I love the CGI in it. Also,
I've had a thing for Christina Ricci since
Everyone has.
Damn, I swear to God. And then Black Snake Moan came out. I was like, okay, I'm good with this.
I still got to watch that movie.
Honestly.
Yeah, I know, dude. Samuel L. Jackson. Oof.
No,
Yeah.
he's good in the movie, but there's, yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
where are we at? Oh yeah.
Number
My turn?
4. Yep.
Number 4.
Your
Okay.
turn.
So I'm gonna take duets off my list because we talked about duets. Duets was there, and I mentioned it was on my list, but I'm gonna take it off because I got
My bad.
no bad there. No, man. No. Thank you for bringing it up. But it would have been my number 4, but since I have technically I have 3 number 1s, we're gonna back one off to a number 2, and I'll have 2 number 1s. We're gonna go with number 4 being Lost Highway.
Ooh.
If you've not seen this movie,
Did they find it?
no, it has nothing really to. I don't even know if the highway really is just a metaphor for what the fuck or what in this movie. It is, the movie starts out where it ends. That's the thing. It's a what the fuck movie, but it's done so well that the whole time while you're trying to think, is this a metaphor for this? Is it a metaphor
Yeah.
for this? Is it this? Is it that? What the fuck's going on? By the time it's over, you still look back and you're like, I enjoyed it. It's so, I don't know. It has Robert Blake in it. Okay, so I mean, think about that.
I mean,
Yeah.
right there's your first what the fuck.
Exactly. and his character in this, there's a scene where he goes up to oh god, who is the main guy in it? Bill Pullman. Bill Pullman's there, and they're at this party. He's there with his wife, and his wife's talking to these other people, and he doesn't really know any of these people, but she knows everybody there, and she's like, "Oh, you've met these people before." And he's having a really hard time with things and stuff, and weird things are going on. And then Robert Blake walks into this party, walks right up to him, and is just staring at him in the most creepy freaking way ever. And then finally, Bill Pullman looks at him and goes like, "Is there something I can help you with?" And he says, "Yeah, I'm at your house right now." And he's like, "What?" He says, "I am at," or something like that. He's like, "I am at your house right now." He's like,
Yeah.
"What the hell?"
It
He's
sounds like every drunken Christmas party. I've
No,
ever
no. And then he says, "Call your house right now." And he
No, I don't
hands him a phone. The guy calls the house, and then he's talking to the guy that's in front of him at his house. And then they start to laugh, and he hears it in the phone, and he hears it right in front of him. It's just a mind fuck.
I don't
Yeah.
like.
time.
It's like the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
No, the Twilight
well,
Zone would have loved
yeah.
to have this.
I would say, I think John would enjoy this. Is Marilyn Manson is one of the porno stars.
Mm-hmm. Yes. He's in it. He does. Trent Reznor and David Bowie worked. Well, more Trent Reznor and David Bowie worked on the soundtrack. It's an awesome fucking soundtrack. It has some Rammstein on it. It's got, just beautifully done. I think this movie was just so. It's a David Lynch movie. I don't know if you guys know David Lynch. He has he has a few movies out there that are they're mind fucked, but they're beautiful movies. And this movie, to this day, it always sits with me, and it's like, it's just, I got to be in the right frame of mind to watch it because it's pretty freaking. It grabs your mind and it goes like, oh yeah, and then puts it back in your brain and says, wow, yeah.
Get on it, Chris. Come on, bro.
I'm telling you, that's what it does. It's like, what the hell? But I love the movie. And Shadow, you've seen it?
Yes, I have.
I think it's underrated, and I can't explain
Yeah.
this movie to people. I'm like, I can't, because when it does what it does, like the switch in it at the point, like that, quarter to 2/3 of the way through the movie, or
No, I don't, because I haven't seen it, Chris.
I'm not telling you anything. There's a switch there, but I'm not telling you what the switch is.
Yeah.
That part of it's like, what just happened? And how does this have anything to do with what we just watched? It's
Yeah.
but it's a beautiful movie, and I don't think enough people. Hey,
Yeah.
Angelus, what's going on? But I don't know if people.
To be honest, that is on my honorable mentions.
Okay, yeah, but I love this. I love that
Yeah.
movie. So number 4. Oh, and okay, the be all end all. It has Gary Busey in it, just so you know.
Done, sold, give him the high, stinky.
And not just does it have Gary Busey in it, it has Gary Busey as a father figure.
What?
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
He is a dad. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah,
Damn it,
Enough
man.
said. Enough said.
can't deny it. It's a great film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to sound like I'm copying, but my number 4 is also The Mask.
Oh,
That's racist.
that's racist. What the hell?
What?
He would know because he had it too.
You're culturally appropriating my film.
What? You got something against green guys?
Oh man, how dare you?
See, he knew. He knows.
No, it's obviously the white guy, Jim Carrey.
Uh huh. No, dude. No, it's the color
Actually,
of the
fuck his
skin.
dog. Milo's a piece of shit. Bring it,
It's a
Peta.
It's the color of the skin, man. I hear you.
Oh man.
No, go ahead, Shadow. Sorry.
Right. Yeah, it's just, especially in the UK. I know Jim Carrey is very appreciated in the UK.
I love the uck.
Yeah. But The Mask is going up to people to ask about The Mask. Not a lot of people really know about it. 'Cause I know in America The Mask is like somewhat completely different to the UK.
Yeah, it's our Citizen Kane.
Yeah. But I just really love this film, like I said. From like the Coco Bongo scene, from when Cameron Diaz sings to when Jim Carrey wakes up the next day. Oh, sorry, Stanley. We'll do it by the film names.
Stanley Ipkiss.
Yeah. That part of the film is gold. But yeah, I agree with you. The Bond style shots with the girls, it's just magical.
It's just good '90s filmmaking, man.
Exactly.
It's just it's wonderful. It's dramatic.
I said the story, if you had it without any actors and you just had it on a piece of paper, it doesn't look right. But with the actors they brought in, like Jim Carrey, they made it feel
I don't know,
right.
man. The I actually started reading some of the comic books. The movie's pretty faithful. It's actually really absurd.
It was
it
the
could've been
Son of
a
the Mask one that really defamed everything. But the way they did the original one, it was done very well.
I highly doubt anybody even fucking remembers Jamie Kennedy's fucking movie career.
He had a career.
Yeah, well,
Would
he
you
did enough
classify it?
movies. He was kind of like Larry the Cable Guy, just like,
Well, Larry the Cable Guy still has a career.
I mean, I guess.
Oh, he still tours and sells out, but he doesn't do.
Well, I'm
movies.
sure
He's
Jamie
smart.
Kennedy can get a fucking reality show or something, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, that.
None of the
yeah.
math was awful.
What?
Ugh.
Take your pencil dick and fuck my ears. Is that gonna be the reality show he's on?
Well, look, that was
Okay.
I was the cheeky one.
What the?
I think
What
Chris
the
took
heck?
JJ, come on, real
What
talk.
what the actual fuck, dude?
I think Chris just took the edgelord crown from me for the night.
What the hell, Chris? Man, come on, bro.
Right? I'm just sitting here like I've been
This-
crowned, right?
This
Correct?
ain't just Chris. Are you going to join me tonight, or you got to work tomorrow?
I might join you tonight. I don't know. I have to get my kid and stuff.
That's a discussion for that time, not now.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Wrong
Yeah.
state.
You're about to get pulled into the principal's office, sir.
Yeah, man.
Take your pants off.
Oh,
All right. So
the crown back.
continue your point.
Continue.
But
Sorry,
yeah,
Shadow.
I'm trying to move it along, and I
No,
figured
you're
that might
not.
shut you up,
No,
and it
you're
worked.
not, you liar.
Chris, that's not the way to do it, bro.
But it worked. Listen,
I think we're on that point on that.
extreme
Shadow,
situations
you have Darth
call,
Vader's voice. Use it. Let's
call
go.
for extreme measures.
Do I?
Get us moving. I don't know. Well, you had before James Earl Jones took over.
Oh, I know
So-
what you mean.
So what are we? Number 3,
Yes, we are.
I can't count that high.
JJ.
Oh, number 3. That's my turn. Okay.
Mhm.
Yay! Doo-doo-doo.
Oh man,
Okay.
who'd Carlos
What?
Mencia steal that from?
Actually, I've been DJ Odyssey. I've been doing that to him because he changed his name to Deej,
Oh damn.
and I coined it, and he's been using it. I was like Deej.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Okay.
Anyway, my number 3, Clash of the Titans, 2010.
Oh,
Really? The new one. Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
Sam Worthington is just a big plank.
Well,
But
yeah,
the
but
CGI
still,
is dope, I think.
I like Sam Worthington in some of the things. I liked him in Terminator Salvation. I liked him in Avatar. I liked him in this movie. I'm not a fan of his,
That's
but
the only 3 films he's been in. I think he's been in like 2 other ones that I remember. The Ledge.
Liam Neeson was in it.
yeah.
Who else? Alexia Davalos. Luke Evans.
Oh, that guy. Oh man.
Yeah, from
Remember
the
when he
Hobbit
should have
movies.
casted as Luke Evans or Gaston?
Yeah,
Remember when that was a terrible casting?
Yep, and if the one guy I think's in here, or if that's not him, I don't know.
Poor man.
I thought Mads Mikkelsen was in it.
Yeah.
The guy that was training him in the beginning.
Oh, Mads Mikkelsen. Sorry,
Yeah, I
when you
thought-
said that, I thought of Mads Mama Bear. I fucked that up. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Damn. What the hell?
They both start with M's. You know.
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen was in it. He played Draco or Draco.
Oh yeah, Harry Potter.
Shut up.
What? John, I'm not
Phantom
talk-
Zone this kid.
John, I'm not talking to you no more. But yeah, that's my number 3.
All right. I mean, I really enjoy that film as well. But yeah, strong number 3.
You know, because I'm not a big remake fan, but I thought they did this one pretty well.
Can't deny that. But yeah,
I mean, it was good. It just I don't stack it up against the original. That was kind of the thing. I mean,
I agree with you there, but yeah.
but I won't take away the
But I changed one of mine on my list. I even cheated because number 2 would have been Clash of the Titans, the original.
okay.
Because but I changed it though. But it's just that was an underrated movie too. And even back then, I thought that was like the best thing a 10-year-old could see, or however old I was back then. When did it come out? 1981. I was 9 years old.
Yeah.
Loved it.
But I mean, the effects, the way they did that whole movie, it was like, oh my
Yeah.
god, that was awesome.
Yeah, that stop motion stuff. I loved it.
I was negative 24.
What?
I was negative 24 when this came out.
Oh yeah, you're just a baby.
You're just a baby. Get in my belly.
Get in my belly.
I don't get that. That's even older than Clash of the Titans, right?
Them's babies, kids.
Oh,
Get in my
I
belly.
know me some Bebe's kid.
Baby's kid, man. You pulled that one out too. All right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give you that though. John,
Yeah.
number 3.
Yeah,
No,
man.
don't tell me what to do.
Yes.
Now.
Did.
Exactly. See, he even
Do
knows I
it.
did.
Do it now.
Okay, so this is
Do it. Do it now.
hashtag do it. Unlimited power.
Do it.
So the one I'm picking is okay. So this is kind of strange because we're saying underrated, but for its time, it actually wasn't underrated. It actually won in 1934 5 major Academy Awards for picture, actor, actress, screenplay, and director.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, I'm an old man. So the reason why I'm picking this is
What?
because
Going back to the Ice Age here.
What movie?
yes, well, I haven't given you the title
Oh,
yet. I'm giving you a little bit of background. I got to get the pretentious out.
Mhm.
Because this is like the one thing I tell people that I really, really, other than meeting my friends, of course. Sorry, don't fucking cry, you pussies.
Damn.
Going to film school,
Jesus.
I learned about a couple of films that are now my favorites. This one is called "It Happened One Night." The stars are Clark Gable and Claudette Colbert. I have no idea if she's related to Stephen. Oh God,
Probably his grandma.
everybody's mom.
Wow.
But this is it was a really funny, just Clark Gable plays like a like reporter, and Claudette plays a well-off woman going off to be with essentially an arranged marriage kind of deal, and it just kind of turns into this weird like buddy cop romantic thing, and it's really endearing, and it's really fun, and you kind of forget how nice it is to not have explosions and crazy stuff going on. Watching two really talented people deliver dialogue in a room, you really forget how enabled you can be if they build the situation correctly. The music's really good, backdrops are really, really nice, and it feels really good to watch an old film. I know it sounds kind of pretentious and kind of up my ass, but man, I was really surprised at how much I enjoyed it. It was kind of like I watched the original Miracle on 34th Street last week, and you really, really forget the kind of charm you get from old film. It really does feel like watching a stage show. And there's something really endearing about it, and it feels really, really good. So, It Happened One Night. It's a big Academy Award winner, really set the precedent back in the 1930s. It's my pretentious film school pick of the night. Go check it out. Just check out really good acting. Clark Gable was a staple in the Hollywood sphere for almost a decade or two. So
A lot of people were back then. But that was back when they actually studios signed you to a contract. Not movies.
Yeah.
we still kind of do that, but we do more numerous movie deals. But you have to do numerous movie deals with this company.
Until 1948, that was the case.
Yeah.
Well, because also Hollywood had this weird problem where studios owned the movie theaters, and they had to cut that out, and then things got It's really interesting how that all works. If you ever care, check out the history of Hollywood. Literally, just type that into YouTube, and you'll see some of the coolest documentaries you can ever see. Anyway, check it out. It's good stuff. Old shit is good. It's where our stories evolve from.
Obviously. All right, Chris, what have you got for numero tres?
My number 3.
Oh, my native people know that.
I will start with this. I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Oh, it's my favorite porn.
No. They live.
What the hell? Oh.
They live.
Great film.
Rowdy Piper, he for all of his faults, he somehow stumbles into a decent performance of this movie just because it fits him. But I like the thought process of, that, America and a lot of places in the world are like this movie now. There's so much hidden meaning behind what you're reading. I mean, especially like media. If you trust media in America, I don't care what side of the world you're on or what side of the fence you sit on, and politically, media in America is a joke because none of it's going to give you the story. It's going to give you the story with its own spin. And that's basically what this movie is about. It's like everything is designed with a hidden meaning, and it traps you. And only this guy with these glasses actually knows what's going on. And I just even to this day, I think this movie needs to be shown more to people and make them realize you have to have your own mind. You have to understand what's being done around you, and to step back from the situation and really look at all the facts, not just the leftist or the rightist or any of that stuff. You got to look at the facts and figure your own way.
Chris, Before you put it on your head, do you pronounce it aluminium foil or aluminum foil?
It depends if I'm doing a stream with foreigners.
Oh, snap! You have an accent. Run. We've already liberated from you once. I don't want to do it again.
Aluminium. No, I'm just saying. No, there's. You tell me a news network where you can watch it. And
they're British. That's why they have red lightsabers. The British they have red coats.
all right, I gotta back out for a minute, and I'll try to come back around and give you the last ones I have. Okay.
Jetson
All right.
fucking jetting out again.
Well, to move on from that, good choice for number 3. I've got Jack Reacher.
Is that the no? Wait, is that the Tom Cruise one?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Did they make a sequel to that?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
In 2016.
Did you care?
No.
Okay, so first one. So talk lovingly and glowingly of the first one. Because I heard the books
yeah.
are pretty solid.
Yeah, the books are solid. Yeah. This film's really good. It's basically just about I guess a former military somewhat that is just accused of killing people, I guess, and he's just trying to.
I kind of want to say
investigate.
CIA. Like he's essentially Ethan Hunt, but just like more like down to earth, like kind of like a Walker Texas Ranger meets like Ethan Hunt, I guess, without all the gadgets.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Basically,
cool.
basically he's been accused of murder. Just want to figure out who's behind it, figures it out, kicks her ass, and then they're dead. That's the film. But
Just straight up in a nutshell.
yeah, I don't really think that this film gets recognition that it deserves. Obviously Tom Cruise does most of his stunts, and that's probably why it made this film feel a bit more authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Which I enjoyed. Especially the opening scene. I think it's where he calls this girl called Sandy a hooker. 5v1s some people and just absolutely messes with them. Punches one of them in the absolute ball sacks of dreams.
Like, what do you think are the big strengths of the film? Like, because Tom Cruise, like, I don't know if you've watched Mission Impossible Fallout. That stuff's insane. Like, it's on another level of action scenes and because obviously with the whole Tom Cruise doing his own stunts thing, like, what are the caliber of stunts here? Like, are you looking more? Because I know like his muscle car is like a thing about his character.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a Starsky and Hutch kind of dude, I guess, or like a
Yeah.
but he obviously like in a way more badass way. Like, is it like a car chase thing, or is it like a shootout thing, or like what do you get from this?
I'd definitely say I won't say shootout because I know he in like middle of Act 2 to Act 3, he starts using guns and all that. Like,
so it's not like Heat where they're in the middle of the street like going, you know, just shooting at each other.
No, it's like I know it's like a shooting range, shooting a sniper.
Okay.
Oh wait. Oh, he's a former U.S. Army sniper. That's it.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That reminds me of Sniper with Mark Wahlberg. Other good film, by the way. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't bet against Tom Cruise. He's really only had a couple of fuck ups, like what Vanilla Sky and like one of the Mission Impossibles people really hated.
I didn't particularly care for Minority Report.
I was 50-50 on that one. I liked the concept. I just thought it was kind of poorly executed.
Yeah.
It looked good too, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd have to say this film has some really good hand-to-hand combat, definitely.
Okay.
Choreography is really
I
good.
love hand-to-hand stuff. I think Jason Bourne would be one of the best hand-to-hand combat movies if they didn't cut like every 2 seconds like a shitty film.
I was about to say, when you said I love hand-to-hand stuff, I was
you're welcome.
I was about to ask you to reconsider your wording then.
Well, I just assume every time I go mute, I'm jerking it. You're welcome.
What the hell?
Shadow, he insinuated. he had
I just insinuated that you implied something with hand to hand.
Yeah, you know
well,
you're doing. I hear you giggling behind your face.
no matter when John's normally on camera, we have to normally tell him, "Hey, man, we need to see both hands."
No, because they assume I'm gonna have the purple ones.
Oh.
And the people who haven't seen old videos, they'll have no idea what that means.
It is fucking
The
hilarious.
lore. Oh, the lore. We have lore now, guys.
Nice.
Look at Chris Knight over there. Just smug prick. Is that Guy Fieri behind him?
Oh, look, hold on.
I'm looking at it. It looks like Guy Fieri, like about to bang him in the
No,
air.
no.
No, it's him with sunglasses.
No, check it out. No, check it out. Chris's new thing is his ego. Okay, if you ain't been keeping up, when he won the card off of Twitter,
Yeah.
He's got a ghost ego. It's a
no,
ghost
no,
ego.
that's Chris.
Oh, hi. Oh, hi, Mike.
That's no, John.
Oh,
That's
hi, Mark.
Chris, and behind him is his ego.
I did
It's a
not
lot.
hit her. I did not.
It's a lot bigger than him.
Yes.
A lot of the times when we're waiting for him, say like for Jackbox or Name That Tune or whatever, we always say, "Well, the ego's already here. We're just waiting on Chris."
Oh, no, it's fine.
that-
Christopher Knigget has shown up for the night.
Did you? What was your number 3, Shadow?
Jack
That's
Reacher.
inappropriate.
Jack Reacher. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, reach
And
around.
did you do 2, JJ?
We're just about to get to that now.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, not yet.
Alright.
Which I think you might actually like. I don't know.
Ooh.
Y'all were talking earlier, with some good classic animation.
Mm-hmm.
I got another one that's got like the old school drawn effect with the 3D backgrounds and stuff like that with it, and some of the texturing. Titan AE.
Ah, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and that just brought one. I'll have to put it on my honorable mentions. Oh well,
Treasure
I just
Planet.
remembered one. I was
And
damn.
and Titan AE, believe it or not, has a severe all-star cast at the voices.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Is that
Gary
that's Matt Damon, right?
Yeah. Gary Oldman, Matt Damon, Drew Barrymore, Bill Pullman, John Leguizamo, Nathan Lane, Janine Garofalo, Ron Perlman, Tone Loc, Jim Brewer. Man, I'm gonna tell you what, man.
Rust? Tone Loc? What?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Tone Loc. Yeah, he was.
I love Blank
think-
Check. I gotta
I think-
ask.
Go ahead.
Do you? Okay, so this is weird. Is this like a musical kind of thing, or is
No,
it just?
no,
'cause-
it's animation.
Well, no, I'm saying this kind of reminds me, like, it feels like a studio's answer to Treasure Planet, because I remember Titan AE coming out like within like a few years.
This
of
is
that.
much better than Treasure Planet.
You really think so? Because I'm curious. I
Um,
haven't seen Treasure Planet since I was like 10.
This came out. Titan AE came out in 2000.
And Treasure Planet was good. I think
and Treasure Planet was like 2002, I think. It came out like around Attack of the Clones.
Hang on, I'll find out real quick.
I think it was like 2003 or something. It was like 2, 3, or 4. I can't remember.
Attack of the Clones came out 2002, so
Yeah, Treasure Planet came out in 2002.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, because I remember I got screwed. That was my first IMAX film. Over Attack of the Clones, which don't get me wrong, Attack of the Clones sucks, but it would have been cool to see it on IMAX. Anyway, I digress. No, really interesting. Because Titan AE had some really. It actually felt like a precursor right before Final Fantasy, and I don't even know that came after that, right? Or am I crazy?
I think it might have.
Because the Final Fantasy movie really felt like they doubled down on the 3D
Which one?
stuff. The first, the first, it was like Spirit Within or some weird shit.
Okay, all right, not Advent Children.
No. What was that? I know what you're talking about though.
Because when you talk about Titan AE, I just really remember the 3D element being really strong, and it had that kind of steampunk thing going on before steampunk was real.
Yeah.
And what really sets it off, if you've guys seen it, is where they're flying through the basically the asteroids.
Oh, fuck, that's another one I forgot. Oh.
Asteroids with their big ass ice chunks.
Mhm.
The reflections off some of this stuff is absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
That's a movie I could watch over and over again, man. It's just awesome, I think.
Feels like a great call, and one you really wouldn't think of. Like, no, that's a great choice. Holy crap!
Yeah,
That's
good.
a really good choice.
real good choice for the runner-up spot.
So we got 2 left per person.
3 or 2. Yeah, we're on
I think
2.
two. Okay, well, I want you to know that they have both been changed. Thanks to you guys. Thanks a lot. Since you guys were talking about like going around, trotting around in space, taking you to new worlds, really cool stuff.
Whole new world.
No, gay.
You would know.
Yes.
Oh no.
No, real quick, Casfurious, you're right. Titan AE did have an awesome soundtrack too.
Yes. Yes. Goo Goo Dolls. No. Wait. Nope. I'm thinking Treasure Planet again. Fuck me.
Damn.
Never mind. Shut up.
Get out the rut, John.
Oh, sorry. So I'm gonna go with oh shit, I lost it. No, it's fine. So I'm gonna
Oh, come on.
His brain just gave him a big old hot bowl of nope.
oh dude, it fried so hard. Well, damn it. I'll go with the first one that comes to mind. So I feel like Arnold Schwarzenegger really just doesn't get a lot of love because they call him a bad actor, and I get it. He feels a little shticky, like one-notey, but he's actually really good. No, and I disagree. I think he's really good. Watch like Twins. Watch.
I mean, no, he's good. I'm not saying he isn't, but he knows he knows his
niche.
Yeah, it's like
But-
I know where to go.
But one film where I think he really excels as an actual like solid actor, except for True Lies. I think he does a great job. This is one of the most underrated films ever of all time. Ever of all time. And I will even argue it should be put in the top 10 for action films. End of discussion. Last Action Hero.
What?
Wait a minute now. If
The
you're
Last
talking-
Action Hero with
Oh,
Arnold.
hell yes.
Then why wasn't it number 1?
The only reason why is because I thought of the animated one that I was thinking of, and then I
Okay.
forgot about it.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was
that's fair
actually going to go before it, but then I forgot. So
enough.
I'm
fair
hoping
enough.
by the time it comes back to me, I'll figure it out.
All right.
No,
damn.
Last Action Hero is freaking
But
awesome.
Last Action Hero probably would have been my number 1. I think Arnold
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger again. I think he actually is a good actor, and we just
In
don't.
that one, he plays it so well.
But I think
mean,
he's good in True Lies. I think he's great in Kindergarten Cop. He's actually great in Twins. Granted, I think it's unfair because I think his delivery really works for his aesthetic for Terminator 2, so that's unfair. I think it's just a perfect
No.
casting. But
and
all
he,
the other
he
films,
learned from
great
people like he learned from James Earl Jones and
he's a good actor.
Conan.
good
Yeah.
He always wanted to learn, and he I mean, you ask any actor that's ever worked with him, they say he's a great guy. He's good with
Well,
people. He's
Yeah.
And
He's a
just on the
gentle giant.
objectivity shit of it is like, I just go, how many films do you sit back and go, I wasn't having fun or I wasn't entertained?
exactly. He knows his box and
Total
and-
Recall. Like,
Yeah.
I just say names and you go, yeah, great film. Predator, Total Recall, Eraser, True Lies.
Terminator 1 and 2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anything. Even Junior, for fuck's sake. Like, who else?
Yep.
You would be cultural appropriating women if you got pregnant as a man right now. Wait, is that a cultural appropriation of women? Is that is pregnant?
No, I'm pretty sure women would give that to men.
But I think not only that, it feels like this weird self-aware film that was, I would argue, before its time, and at the same time, timeless. People really like retroactive stuff. People really like kind of like going back through history, and I feel like Last Action Hero is not only like a time capsule, but it's a potential allegory no matter how far you go. It's the new generation making fun of the younger generation, or it's a parody of itself. So you get to go in and do whatever you want. You get to use all the tropes that will never disappear in storytelling. And they bring in a magical element that's very 90s. It's really, really fun. Superficially, I love the fact that I believe it's Ian McKellen shows up as Death for like 2 seconds, which is
Yeah.
And Charles Dance, who might be one of the most underrated actors of our time, but we lucked out because we got him as Tywin Lannister. So people know how amazing he is. He's like the best bad guy ever.
He's good. He's good in this.
And seeing a
Yeah.
self-aware bad guy understand that his world doesn't work, and then when he comes to the new world, he literally kills someone in the street and yells about it and going, "I killed a man!"
I just shot a man in the
In
middle
cold
of the
blood.
street.
And nobody
Somebody
gets shit.
call the cops.
And it's really, really insane because the worst part is it the last, you could pick any year from the last 3 to 4 decades and somebody would go, "Oh man," you know what I mean? And it feels like a satire that will work in any decade. It's really, really fun. You just turn the VHSs into DVDs, you turn that into iPods, you know what I mean? You can relate to it. It's Last Action Hero is a kind of reminds me of Tropic Thunder, where it's a parody that right now it was so absurd that we are now living in the absurd. Kind of like Idiocracy, even. If you don't know, if you can't tell, I'm
love
naming
that
a bunch
movie.
of fucking great films right now.
That movie is
They're
freaking
time
awesome.
capsules.
Yeah.
Idiocracy is actually a time capsule.
Yeah, I need to put that on my
Just throwing those
honorable
out there. So you're welcome.
Song number 2 there from you, John.
All right.
Right, Chris, what you got?
Blazing Saddles.
What a great film.
I know people are like, "Oh, that's not underrated." Everybody loves that film, but it's still underrated. And I think it's a lost art form. And like I said, I want Mel Brooks to come out in his last movie to be completely trashing every stereotype there is now, and then him
Dave Chappelle.
drop the mic and die there at the premiere. I don't want Mel Brooks to die, but I would love him to do that. Just get up and go like,
He ascends
all of
like
you.
an angel
Boom.
wings over.
because
And then
people
have a
take
heart
themselves
attack.
way too seriously today.
Well, you can't do
And
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
this movie, I'm sorry, you can't make. They're talking about doing like some sort of not remake, but basically a remake. It's just not going to be called Blazing Saddles, I think. But the thing is why can't you make this movie today? The black
easy.
guy,
Word.
the
Word.
black guy's making
Word
fun of
will
himself.
literally kill people
The Jew makes fun of Jews. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
You just make fun of stuff because it doesn't have to be realistic. It doesn't have to be truthful. It's a joke. Laugh.
Well, it was one of my favorite things I've ever heard from a comedian. I don't remember who it is. Feel free to Google it. World, tragedy plus time equals comedy, and
Yeah.
kind of. It's sad, but it's true. Like if you can't have a laugh in
Great
in
Metallica reference there.
tragedy, it's like, man, good luck. Good luck moving on from anything ever in your life.
I just
Yeah,
want
it's
Mel
over.
Brooks to do one more movie where it just
I would like him to make.
Says fuck you and dies.
basically. I mean,
I'm not gonna lie. I would really wish Max Brooks would finish his like true to his books fucking zombie movie, and then his dad make a parody of it.
yeah, but that'd be great too. I
I'd lose.
think Mel Brooks can make a movie that everybody could look at and laugh at. I mean, make fun of the SJWs, make fun of the right wing, the left wing, the east wing, the west wing, whatever. I mean,
Mel Brooks is Ricky Gervais before Ricky Gervais.
that's definitely.
Yeah.
That's
I agree.
I mean,
And who would have ever
yeah.
thought Ricky Gervais would be such a fucking talented
Oh,
filmmaker?
I love Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
Afterlife? Are you kidding
But
me?
you know, I
my
just think that the Blazing Saddles is when the world didn't take itself seriously, and not
Or
to
even
mention
if
the
it
fact that
did, it didn't matter.
This was supposed to be
This
Richard
bent the rules.
Pryor. This was supposed to be like one of those Richard Pryor, and Gene Wilder movies. But
This was a make you feel uncomfortable film. That's what this was.
it
This
was a talking point.
but it was great though.
When somebody said something in that movie, you're like, I
Well, that's what I'm saying.
mean, it's got a bunch of.
This was plural. This was pearl clutching before it was like before the plural. God damn it, the pearl clutchers actually controlled the media. This was the idea of like, oh man, you should really go see this because they say a lot of bad words, but watch the rest of the film. Like, pay attention to everything else.
Yes. I mean,
yeah.
just the whole everything that goes on in the movie. It's a beautiful movie, and because you can't openly like that movie, I think this movie goes away nowadays.
You can openly like it. I think the people who hate you for it are the ones that show a bigger problem in their personality.
But they're coming. But that's becoming
Oh,
a
they're coming.
norm.
It's fine.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like this is still this is more underrated now than it was when it first started.
It's all. Then life is circular.
Yeah. All right.
It's fine.
Yeah.
We're gonna become Puritans again, and then when the ice caps melt in the North and South Pole, we're just gonna go invade those lands and create new America. And
Hey, Shadow, I do have to go. I have to go get my kid and stuff. Do you mind if I do my number ones and just race through my
Yeah, go ahead.
Do it.
Right.
Okay, my number ones: Death to Smoochie and The Truman Show.
Yeah, both. I love both those films.
Thank God someone mentions Truman Show.
Love both those films.
Death to Smoochie is absolutely just great, and so many
Edward
people don't
Norton
know.
is insane.
So many
And
people
Robin
don't know
Williams
about this movie.
absolutely
Edward Norton is underrated. Let's talk about underrated actors.
underrated
Edward
my
Norton.
ass. Come on, we all know he's awesome. He's
Yeah,
awesome.
you say that, but I don't think people understand the range this guy has. He became slowly, without knowing, hey, he's that one guy in that one movie.
I don't know. Every film he's in is like an Oscar-worthy film.
It
I
is.
think we just say he's underrated because he's not working a lot lately because he's apparently been
I
found out to
can't
be kind of a dick.
Get enough of Robin Williams in this movie.
Oh, I can't get enough of Robin Williams in anything.
I
Even
know,
if
but
it's a bad
this
film.
movie, just I'm Rainbow fucking Randolph. Just when he said that line, then I watched the movie. I was like,
Penis rocket.
Oh my
cookie.
God.
That's insane.
this
This film is
rocket.
This film is absolutely insane, and Jon Stewart's in it. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, seriously, if you've never seen it, if you want to know what a dark comedy is, I would consider Death to Smoochie to be the literal poster child
Yep.
for what a dark comedy should be. Like,
Yep.
if you're making a dark comedy, that's what this film is.
And then the Truman Show. This just
Oh,
proves. This proves
Oh,
how
stretch.
awesome Jim Carrey is, because he's still Jim Carrey in the movie, but not because he's playing Jim Carrey.
No, he's an actor. He's fantastic. He's
That's
so fantastic.
yeah. Okay, my
And anything with Ed Harris in it.
yeah, true.
Ed Harris is amazing.
All right, honorable mentions: Robin Hood Men in Tights, Pump Up the Volume,
Porn.
American Psycho,
Yum.
Constantine,
I would slap that.
Xanadu,
Yuck.
Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story.
Yeah, hard egg Cox. I knew it.
The
For God's
Blob,
sakes.
Demolition Man,
And also Huey.
Clue,
I would demolish that man.
Death Becomes Her,
Ew. Oh, that's a great film.
Buffalo 66.
Three numbers off, but you're fine.
Shut up. City of the Lost Children.
I'm not even gonna touch that joke. Until they're
no.
18.
The Frighteners, Heavy Metal, Animatrix,
Well, that's gross.
Idiocracy,
Great film.
and then Blade Runner.
Yes.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
got jokes for the last one. Sorry.
All right. Shut up.
Hey, Chris,
Yes.
did he get his license?
Oh
No, not yet. He missed it by one
Done.
point.
Done.
Oh.
But we'll get it. He says he wants to drive around a little bit again. He hasn't had his permit for a while because it expired, but I'm making him drive everywhere. So he's driving himself to work, he's gonna drive himself back, and we're gonna have it by, I'd say, next week for sure.
Okay.
And then his happy ass is gonna have to start driving himself to work. 'Cause-
Give Ethan my best.
yes.
Give him my worst just to balance it out.
Yeah.
No, dude. No,
Yeah.
no. Seriously. He was on a live stream on his phone, and
Yeah,
his son was with him.
yeah. He was
And-
funny. No, I was there. He was in the car.
Yeah.
You're getting
And
groceries.
I was like, oh my god, Chris's son is Ethan Peck.
Yeah.
He's got Spock as his
Well,
son, man.
that's another movie I forgot.
Is it bad you said Ethan Peck? And I was like, I love Drake and Josh.
Yeah. Damn.
Drake and Josh was pretty cool. Yeah.
It was a great show. iCarly was okay.
Yeah.
It's too creepy, but
Explorers. That's another movie that's underrated.
Dora the Explorer? Loved it.
No.
No.
Explorers.
My bad.
God's sakes.
I'm
Slap
kidding.
it.
I didn't like
All right, guys. I gotta run.
Alright.
All right, man. Be safe.
All right, don't fall down.
Hey, JJ, send me the link and I will try to jump on.
Okay, yeah. It'll be around 9:30 your time.
All right. Well, I won't be on then. I might be
You
on
know what I'm saying? That's what I'm starting.
11:30 your time.
All
Okay,
right,
no, I'm
lady.
saying.
Just
All right.
get your date figured out off air. Damn.
Talk to you guys later. Thank you,
All
Shadow.
All right.
See you in a bit, Chris.
I
Thanks
wanna
for-
go to
thanks for being here.
What's wrong with you?
You guys are
Never
trying
mind.
to set up a date night, and I want to go to sleep.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all
For
good.
God's sakes. Right.
Guys, I haven't figured out the movie that I forgot.
Drag
it out. Go.
Where we at?
You're on your number. No, you're number 2.
Oh yeah. Let's have a look at my trusty list of 10,000 films.
Son of a bitch.
All right.
I've got Kingsman: The Secret Service.
Is that the first one?
Yes.
Correct decision. Okay.
Yeah. This may be a recent film, but yeah, it's definitely hadn't got the appraisal that it deserves. Obviously, the lineup that it has: Samuel Jackson, Mark Hamill, Colin Firth, Taron Egerton. I mean, you can't really write a bad film with them not involved. Eggsy coming from like his urban roots. Yeah, again, I feel another English joke coming from John, but
I'll hold
yeah.
it up. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, fuck, that's Canada.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, that's cultural appropriation. Don't do it. You bruv.
Oh my god.
Right. Yeah, I turned that on you immediately.
Yeah. Right. Anyways, what was I trying to say?
I don't know.
Yeah, the film is definitely. I'd definitely say it's a good starting point to a franchise for them films. Definitely. You see Eggsy become what his father couldn't after his father stopped someone from blowing up and saving Harry's life. But yeah, it's a good film. The action sequences are really good. They're not like the normal ones, like the normal action sequences that you see. So, like the one in the church with Harry, and he's fighting all these people in church after Valentine has.
I mean,
done
that's
shit.
that's the scene, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's
Like,
insane.
yeah, the only cut that we see is to Valentine watching the action, but the rest of it is like track and dolly shots and all that, and I feel like it's just that's the scene that will top off this film, because that will show action sequences and give them a very different direction in the future, definitely.
Well, and it just feels like a new play on the genre. Like we had to
Yeah.
get smart. We had to get smart to bring back the old TV show for a little bit with Steve Carell. We have James Bond iterations from time to time. Every now and then they try to do something a little bit more mixed up, like a Triple X or something like that.
Yeah,
It's not terrible. Or in like Men in Black, I'd even make the argument is kind of a pseudo genre of that, but just with a lot more sci-fi elements.
Yeah.
This film really felt like it's overt and kind of crazy with like hyper action, but it does feel like a James Bond society. So I kind of like that. It kind of reminds me of like the Skulls, but with the James Bond element to it. It's a lot of fun. Like an assassin thing. I don't know. It's just, I like seedy underground stuff. I think that's really interesting because I think that's why John Wick excelled. People like the idea of potential world building. The only problem is I think the sequels did a fucking shit job of expanding the universe.
yeah,
But I think their first
yeah.
film were really, really intriguing.
yeah.
probably the best part of the second film is Elton John
Yeah.
just kicking someone in the face. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, do you need to see anything else? Think you see everything? You see Elton John fucking karate kick someone in the face?
It's good, man. I just say Colin
Yeah.
Firth, man. Who would have thought Mr. Darcy could whoop an ass?
Exactly.
Yes, I've seen
Definitely- yeah.
Bridget Jones's Diary. Fuck off. You
Yeah.
fucking chaps.
All right, the number 2s are out, and
Yep.
now it's time for the number 1s.
I still haven't figured out the one I forgot, but I have a new one, so it's fine.
All right, JJ, what have you got?
To me, a good classic movie that came out in 1981. It's called Dragon Slayer.
Why does that sound familiar?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah,
I feel like I
it's
know that film.
yeah. It had let's see. He played in Ghostbusters.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
No, not Bill Murray.
We all
Um,
immediately went there.
Peter McNichol.
Yeah. And also Ian McDermott as well.
Yep. And I still have yet to spot him in that movie. But now that I know the name of
Yeah.
the character, I can look for it again.
Yeah, Brother Jackson or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest is pretty much Caitlin Clark. She was the woman. Dude's companion to the movie. But I don't recognize, other than Ian McDermott, I don't recognize
Yeah.
anybody else.
All right, here you go. Because this is a really old film.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
1981.
Yeah.
I must read the synopsis. This is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Go on then.
A terrible dragon is terrorizing the medieval land of Erland in the 6th century.
It sounds
Record-
like a Canadian trying to pronounce Ireland.
No, Erland. Maybe I need an accent. I don't know. Representatives from the kingdom seek the assistance of the wizard Ulrich to defeat the dragon immediately. Erland has been delivering virgins to appease the dragon. Oh my. And their princess has rigged the lottery system they use in order to sacrifice herself next. So noble. But when Ulrich is killed, the task to confront the dragon falls to the wizard's apprentice, Galen, played by Peter McNichol.
McNichol.
Yeah.
Interesting. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Old films are fun, dude. Watching
Yeah.
about war stuff
Yeah.
like this.
I feel like
This
filmmaking
screams
should
stop
go
motion.
back. Yeah, I feel like filmmaking should go back to the late 80s, early 90s stuff.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like practicals, man.
Yeah.
They're cool. Holy shit, Dragon Slayer fan art is dope.
Uh-huh.
Please
Holy
stop.
smoke bucket. No, it's not like Rule 34. I'm saying like it's actually really epic. Like it looks really cool. Looks like Magic the Gathering shit. It's really dope.
Oh, no.
How dare you? Magic the Gathering has great artwork.
I weren't saying it was great. I didn't say it was bad, did I? I just went, oh no, because you actually referenced that film.
Oh, you're also welcome. What Dungeon Dragons with Marlon Wayans?
Yeah.
Great film. I loved Worm. When he died, I cried. Spoiler.
Yeah. bit late for the spoiler, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright. Your number one underrated film of all, in your opinion, Dragon Slayer.
Yeah.
John?
I like it. I look forward to watching an old ass film.
Not to you.
I never figured out the animated one. Sorry, everyone. I'm going to leave you in suspense. But I did remember one that I really,
Ooh,
really like.
suspense.
It reminds me of. I think about it every time I watch Captain America: The First Avenger.
Oh,
I think it's highly overlooked because Indiana Jones was so prominent at the time, and it kind of felt like the same film. So I kind of understand what people were thinking and maybe why they got turned off. But at the same time, every time I bring it up, everybody knows the costume, knows the iconic symbols, knows all the good stuff. but yet they don't remember the film. Therefore, I think everybody should go back and rewatch before Disney ruins it. The Rocketeer.
Oh, I know that film. That's
It
a good
is
film.
one of my favorite films. It's essentially Indiana Jones with a rocket pack punching Nazis. And
Wait, which one do you prefer, that or the Muppet Christmas Carol?
oh, you mean it's like the greatest film ever made? I think it's unfair. Because if I woke up on Christmas Eve, it would be Muppet Christmas Carol. If I woke up the day after Christmas, it would probably be the Rocketeer.
All right.
I think his outfit's super, 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 super cool. I love the adventure aspect of it. Timothy Dalton is the badman, is pretty sweet. Or not Timothy. What the fuck is his name? No, wait. Am I right? I'm right. No. Shut up. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Casting's good. Music's great. Aesthetic's awesome. I love that like pseudo noir feel that you get. Again, I think it's why I think of Captain America: First Avenger so fondly, because I think that aesthetic really works for that like Nazi era, old school film graininess. It's just really, really good. It just holds up. I don't know what it is about it, but
Yeah.
it feels like magic, practical stuff mixed with old school backdrop nonsense. It's just so good. It's like a time machine. It's like a time capsule. I love it.
Yeah.
It's good shit.
Well, obviously, that's why you put it at number one.
Boy. And you know me, my lists are in no particular order.
Yeah. Except for maybe your number one.
Maybe.
But that's not the case this time.
Maybe.
Again.
Well, because I forgot.
Yeah.
Last Action Hero might have actually been my number one. I just forgot the one I was supposed to pick for number two.
All right.
What was that? Oh man, I'm so weak. I can't laugh. It's like I'm so tired.
Sounds like you're at the end of a piss.
No, actually, I'm gonna be honest here. I started laughing. I'm sitting here feeding my face, all right, and I kind of have food in my
So you
mouth.
had to like breathe and not choke.
Yeah.
You're like, I have to do.
Oh my
I have
God.
to do little giggle. I have to do giggle or I'll choke. I have to do giggle or I'll choke.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah. You caught me with that one.
Alright. That's good. A great number one there. The Rocketeer.
I don't believe you. I feel like you're being
Yeah.
patronizing, Shadow, and I don't appreciate it.
Wait. What do you mean?
What?
I've been nothing but loyal to you, sire.
Hail, I guess. Huh? What? No, don't do that.
Quick tip: if you ever come to England, if you ever want anything, just use manners.
That sounds good.
Alright. So, my number one, I have a tie. Two very different films, but one of them you might be a bit the other one you'll probably understand.
Okay.
I've got Transformers 3 and Django Unchained.
You're absurd. The third one? Transformers 3.
Yes.
I'm
I-
fine with Django, but you, sir, are off base on the third one.
No, I really like
Underrated.
Transformers 3.
Because I'm not going out, because I'm fine if you like it, but you really think the third one's under. I must hear examples for why.
Right. I don't know if it's just because the story fits me better than
That's the
What,
one
some
where they end
people-
up in Chicago, right? And they like a big
the
skyscraper.
Battle
fall.
of Chicago. Yeah. With
Dark
Sentinel
Side of the
Prime.
Moon.
Yeah. The Dark of the Moon.
Dark of
Okay.
Yeah, Dark of the Moon.
Yeah. So this film kind of, in the first act, it kind of digs into a space race, which I enjoyed. I felt like they could have done it a bit better, I will agree there. But, like, just little bits of tweaks, like, you find in, like, someone who knows about this stuff in, like, a club or something, or a bar. Not really where you should be finding them, but, okay. The second act after the Transformers are to be known as blown up by Starscream, which, spoiler alert, they aren't. So,
Well, it's just like, come on, film. What are you trying to do? Like that's why they got Dumber and Dumber. They kept trying to go back and back and back because it was like, oh yeah, we can't figure out a way why they're not dead yet. It's like, oh man.
Yeah. But the third act, this is where it gets interesting because I feel like this is one of the better third acts in the Transformers film. I would give Transformers 1 the best third act out of all of them.
Oh, the first one's just the best one.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but I say Transformers 3 is underrated.
Yeah, man, when you say underrated, maybe in the franchise, I don't know if like in general though. That's where my brain can't figure it out. Because that was the only upgrade I wouldn't even know if it's an upgrade. That's up to preference. It's like Rose Huntingly is hot as balls. Holy shit. But man, they added a bunch of robots that were really stupid.
Yeah.
That was the Spock robot. They literally had him use the Spock line. It just felt cheap. Like it felt insulting. Like it was just like, fuck, you'll watch anything. Like it made me feel stupid and I didn't like it. It actually made me mad. When the stupid robot and Shia and Rose are all hanging out in her like loft apartment, I kind of wanted to kill myself. I was just like, I'm at this point, like, when is this film over? And then when they cut to Tyrese and Josh Duhamel, I'm like, okay, this stuff is cool, but we are dragging this shit on. And that skyscraper scene is absurd. That thing is waxing through buildings like butter. It was like watching Zod and Superman crash through 90 buildings. I don't know. It's like, the war. Like I'm trying to find things to agree with you on. The Chicago fight is kind of cool. The Chicago fight is kind of cool.
Yeah, I feel like the Battle of Chicago really saves this film.
And they brought the Allspark in again for some weird reason somehow. It made okay.
I mean,
oof.
I mean, if you want Sentinel alive, then there you go. But yeah, like the first and second act, I'd give them a 5 or 6 out of 10. The third act is what really saves this film.
I'll go the other way. I'll give it like super low in the front, and then like I go above average for the end.
All right.
Because like they don't really establish the characters. They're just kind of like, here are the ones you're playing with. Like they don't really
talking about a movie or a porno.
Right? Kind of both. It kind of feels like that. It kind of feels like the action. You know, I'd actually make the argument nowadays big budget films are just pornos, except instead of people fucking, they're just big action scenes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Not like a lot of plot is really established.
Yes, we can now officially destroy a city for about $30 million. So yeah, we can do this in every movie.
Instead of spooging on someone's face, I'm gonna blow up 5 planets. Thanks, J.J. Abrams.
Oh
hey.
my god.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not bitter.
Anyways, yeah.
It's fine.
I'd definitely say some of my favourite scenes, definitely Battle of Chicago. The opening scene in Chernobyl with Optimus and Shockwave.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was neat to see Cybertron.
Yeah.
It was a little mangled and messy, but I still appreciated the fact that we saw it. It was a little like kind of reminded me of Man of Steel when we ended up on Krypton for kind of no reason.
Yeah.
But I'm like, at least this is kind of neat to see, I guess, to kind of see what the planet looked like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like to understand this film fully, you have to like really know the Transformers lore.
Sure.
Kind of.
Yeah. I just don't like. I like the old cartoons and like Beast Wars. And
Yeah.
stuff.
Definitely.
Oh, and I watched Transformers Prime. I actually really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's a good TV show.
I think that's probably the best Transformers I've ever seen, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
Have either of you guys seen the new one on Netflix?
No, I don't like Rooster Teeth. Is kind of pissing me off lately. I'm like an old fan, so I'm kind of boycotting them right now because they annoy the shit out of me.
Wow.
I've been a really big fan since they first started back in like 2003, but or 5, whatever you want to call it, their YouTube debut. But yeah, I've been a huge fan since like day one, and my girlfriend and I are like super pissed off in the direction they try to take the company. Thank you, Warner Media, for destroying yet another internet company because Warner Media / Full Screen are responsible for the decimation of Machinima and the deletion of their catalog. So that was neat.
Just to hold you there a second. One of your mates in the chat just said that Bumblebee is the best Transformers film.
Film? Oof. I don't know. Let me throw it out here because I watched it on a plane. I couldn't finish it because I didn't really. God, the characters are lame. The humans, at least. The dialogue's really cartoony. A lot of the a lot. It's really juvenile. At least with the first Transformers, they took it seriously.
Yeah.
I will say the aesthetic. I like the color palette for the most part in Bumblebee, and the Transformer design is
it's like
way better.
The color palette's like yellow and blue, kind of.
Well, it just all looks good. You know what I mean? It just has they kind of put like an 80s palette on it because that's the thing to do right now. And I like Haley Steinfeld for the most part, but the dialogue is complete shit.
If I had to put Bumblebee somewhere, I'd have it 1, 3, Bumblebee, 2, 4, 5.
What didn't you like about 2?
I really liked 2 when I was younger.
But why would you put 2 in front of 3?
No, I said 1, 3, Bumblebee, 2, 4, 5.
Nah, I've seen every Transformers movie, and
Bumblebee and Transformers 2 are interchangeable.
I kind of feel 1 Bumblebee and 2.
Yeah, but to me, the best one out of the franchise, and I've seen them all, is Revenge of the Fallen.
I feel like it's because somebody likes Mark Wahlberg. Also, the Romeo and Juliet thing is weird, and all the acting and dialogue got really bad, and the product placement was absurd.
Yeah, if I was like 9 years old, I would agree with you that Transformers 2 is my favorite.
Well, it's because I got to see Megan Fox's ass on a motorcycle. How is that not the best thing?
Also, the fight scene with Optimus and Megatron in the forest. That
cool.
used to be one of my favorite fight scenes that I've seen.
And then Chicago happened, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can kind of see the spectacle of it. Yeah. Yeah, I can kind of see that. I just John Turturro was a cool character too. Like, even though they kind of used him as mostly comedic relief, it was nice to have him there. Mm-hmm. I just find 1 and 2 to have better acting, even though it was childish and lame. It felt like it felt like a Michael Bay film. I was about to say a J.J. Abrams film, but I'm like, no, let's let Michael Bay keep his own tropes. You know what I mean? Let him keep his own.
Yeah. See, and I actually liked them all, even Bumblebee. I liked them all, but part 2 was my favorite.
Yeah, I think I just think 1 was really well done for the most part. I think I still will always argue the character design sucked. If you would have gotten the character design a little bit better, it's kind of like the Sonic thing. Like, we would have given you a little bit more
I will say
credit, but
my favorite Megatron by far is Transformers 1.
I'd agree.
Definitely.
Yeah. Even the acting was just better. It sounds dumb, but it felt like Megatron was just fucking voicing or like phoning it in.
Ever since, if you look at every other Transformers film since, Megatron has always been the sidekick. Fallen,
Soundwave,
Sentinel, Soundwave and Sentinel. In number 4, you have what's his name now? Oh fuck.
No.
Who's the dude that transforms into a Lamborghini in Transformers 4?
No.
Lockdown.
Yeah.
There we go. And then in number 5, it's Quintessa. So he's basically the sidekick to them. But in the only one film he isn't, he's fucking sick.
Yeah, I can kind of see. Again, I mean, I'll have to go. I will give you the definition of underrated for its franchise. I will give you that.
Yeah.
I don't know about film, but again, I'm not here to.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was doing that. Sorry.
We live in very different communities because in England, film's not really that important, but in America, it's like the homeland of it. So you're like more delved into films unlike the UK.
Well, I think it's kind of hard because like a lot of the times the lore comes from us, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
you have like, 'cause you got to remember Hasbro made Transformers back in the day, and we bought the
Yeah.
toys because of it. And
Yeah.
you know, like Power Rangers is a good one. Like you can go back and watch it and realize, oh, this
Yeah.
sucks. But it's like it's wholesome TV like does cool
yeah.
stuff.
I do remember one of my first toys being the Blue Optimus Prime.
Mm.
And I don't know why.
It's like, look, we made the icons, and you guys are getting our sloppy seconds, and just be happy. Just be happy you get them, and yeah, we're a little pissed off. It's fine. Just don't
All right.
listen to the boomers. It's fine.
Let's,
We're always gonna say get off
Yeah.
our lawn. It doesn't matter.
Anyways, moving on to my other number one, which is Django Unchained.
No, it's because you're black, Vader.
I mean, I'm actually not black in real life, but
Well, I was just saying Vader is.
well,
Racist? No. sorry.
That was great.
Sorry.
I mean, do you mean natural black or burnt to a crisp black?
All right, run away from the topic.
Right. Anyways, Django Unchained. Let me try and think of a way to word this.
Leonardo DiCaprio's awesome. Jamie Foxx is awesome. Samuel L. Jackson says the N word a lot, but he's still awesome.
Exactly.
There you go. Perfect
This-
film.
yeah, this,
10 out of
this film is just too good to be overlooked, and unfortunately, kind of has over the last couple of years. I can't remember who Leonardo DiCaprio plays, but I know like his name's Candy Summer or something like that.
He's just a
Yeah.
fucking sadistic plantation owner. I love him.
Exactly.
He's great.
And I love that. And also the kind of old Western style with it as well.
It was very
bit,
KFC
yeah.
man. He's Colonel Sanders, but like scary. He's Colonel Sanders,
Colonel-
sexy and scary. Colonel
Colonel Sa-
sexy.
Colonel Sanders 2 years on a diet, fixes all hard, and he gets a fucking gun. But yeah, I really love this film. The cast is amazing,
Oh yeah.
obviously. As you said, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jamie Foxx, Samuel fucking Jackson, who by the way, best actor of all time. Try me. But yeah, it's just that lineup. You can't really go wrong, and they didn't. They took a swing. They hit it out the park and they went for a fucking home run with that film. And yeah, that's why it's my number one tag with Transformers 3.
It's interesting because like that film, that's another one of those ones where Quentin Tarantino, I don't understand why
Yeah.
they don't ask him to make shit like Death Note or
Yep.
like Cowboy Bebop. You give a good writer to Quentin Tarantino and they work together, like somebody he respects. Those two he makes anime films come to life. Like they're crazy. Like go watch Kill Bill.
Yeah.
That shit is an anime brought to life.
Yeah.
And I feel like Django Unchained is kind of like a Western anime. The way that like the blood is overt and they're like he always loves to use like hyper crazy camera angles or different lenses to like change up the way he shoots up things. And
Yeah.
man, he gets some of the performances you'd never think, you know, and he's not scared to offend. So even if you don't like his films, they're interesting. He really does impressive stuff. And the fact that he can get the names he can get attached to
Yeah.
a script, I don't even care if he's a bad director. You're still going to get what you want. You're still going to get quality.
Mhm. Yeah.
And even if you don't like the films, I would always tell people, I'm like, there's something worth watching because hot take, I will say he's one of the more overrated creators in the world, but mostly because him and Christopher Nolan come up a lot. And I don't think they knock it out of the park as often as people think. But
Also, Christopher Nolan, the only good film that I say is in that he has produced, The Dark Knight.
I think Batman Begins was fine. Memento's good.
Yeah.
Prestige is fucking awesome. I'd like to rewatch it to see if I still think so. I really like The Prestige
Yeah.
with Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale. But he kind of reminds me of like Tim Burton, but like overtly serious because like Interstellar is a little up its ass and long. I couldn't even bother to
Yeah.
watch Dunkirk.
never watched Dunkirk, to be honest with you.
And Dark Knight Rises is complete shit. But
I
but
feel
Dark
like-
Knight's really
yeah.
good, and I like Inception. I like the comic
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally agree. I think Django Unchained's it's inspired. Can I throw that word?
Yeah.
out? I think it's just neat to see and it was weird because like Magnificent Seven came out like around that time with Antoine Fuqua, where they put Denzel Washington as the lead, and those two films are not the same. But I had heard comparisons. I go, "Ooh, black
Yeah.
guy leading a western." I'm like, don't worry. Because Hateful Eight's fucking absurd too. Not a good film, by the way, in my opinion. But Django Unchained is
4 out of 10.
it's good shit. I like Django's really good, and Jamie
Yeah.
Foxx is probably an underrated actor, I'd say.
Yeah. I don't underrated singer. Jesus Christ, he can sing.
Oh, he can sing and
Yeah.
he can act his fucking ass off. Shit, Ray is. If you've never seen the biopic Ray, fucking hell, Jamie Foxx was born to play that role. So there you go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And also, I don't know if it's him or someone else who's going to play Mike Tyson.
No, that was Will Smith. I think he played Oliver.
No, he played Ali. No, I think you're right. I think Jamie Foxx is being tapped to be Mike Tyson in a biopic.
Oh wow.
I
Yeah.
heard something about that, and I was like, it's either him or someone else. I can't remember, but yeah.
No, I think you might be right.
Yeah. Django Unchained is just a good film. Even though it was released in 2012, it's been lost in time because, you know,
I think the final shootout's a little insane, but again,
yeah.
Quentin Tarantino loves to go for spectacle, and again, just play it like an anime, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
If you don't like the N word, get a clean copy. But for the
Yeah.
most part, it's a good film. If you like Quentin Tarantino, this is
Yeah.
top notch Tarantino.
Or
right here.
here's better phrasing: if you're not a petty child, don't get the clean version.
Well, how dare you? That's just mean.
Well, it's. I'm being real, aren't I? I mean, what? How else am I gonna say it? Just the world now.
I feel like I was being chastised by a very proper person, so it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm being real. It's just if you can't take a couple of F words and M words, then you're just a fucking petty child.
me about it, bruv. Wait, was that Jamaican?
That was Jamaican.
Because you're Jamaican me crazy.
were you trying to
Oh,
do
wow.
cool runnings or something?
Yes, I actually do love Cool Runnings. I'm actually wearing a shirt that actually depicts that. I didn't actually do face cam. Here you go. You're welcome. Boom.
I see pride, I see power.
And if you can't, I don't know if you can tell, but it's backwards because the whole point
Yeah.
is when you look in the mirror, it writes it.
Yeah.
Look
I
in the
know.
mirror and tell me what you see. I
see
see
a
pride. I see a badass mother who don't take no crap off of nobody. Say again. Like I just love it. I love it. Once again.
Christ.
It's such a good film. I love Cool Runnings.
Yeah.
I really am not kidding.
Yeah.
The day after we did that stream, I bought it and Danny just kept fucking shaking his head. I bought it like that day. It was awesome. My
Would you like
girlfriend
to
found it
kiss?
for me. My girlfriend found it for me. She goes, I heard you talking about it. What do you think about this? I go, this is fucking incredible. Please buy it for me.
Oh my god. Would you like to kiss my lucky egg?
Would you like to? How about I draw a line down the middle of your head so it looks like a butt?
Yeah.
Sanka, you dead? Yeah, man.
Anyways,
Yeah,
unfortunately,
go watch
that's
Cool
gonna be-
Runnings. How about that?
Yeah.
Damn.
Now instead of 39 films, you have 40 films to watch. See, so
Damn.
I took. See,
So
so
many.
we both had Mask at number 4. Yeah.
Oh, fuck
I
all
mean,
that,
we-
dude. There's probably like 49 films
Yeah.
at this point people have to watch.
I mean, to be fair, in our top 10 films of all time, we had 38, so at least we beat that.
I want you to know I only stuck around because from what I hear, you have an announcement to make. Not to push you into
Yes.
it, but because of it. It's the only reason why I stuck around as late as I did, by the way. So you're welcome.
Alright. Oh, yeah. Anyways, before we end, guys, this is going to be my last stream for a while, as I have to go back to school in a week.
Boo! Throws popcorn. Learnings for dummies.
And I'm going into year 11, which, if you don't know what that is in America,
You're 11
that's-
years old? Oh,
No.
man.
No, that means I'm going into my GCSE years, and
What?
yeah.
What is that?
GCSE is kind of like your SATs or whatever the fuck it is over there. Basically,
Wait, what?
It's basically your papers to go into college, but for us.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot of that. I won't be posting a lot. Some of the content I will be posting for is either the new Avengers game, or if I just want to quickly hop on a stream with someone and talk about a film.
But what year do you get your owl?
Owl? What the fuck's that?
Oh, okay. Never mind.
You
Is
see
it like
why
the first or second year when the wand chooses you, or?
I'm not. In
This ain't Harry Potter, man.
Thanks, JJ.
I was about to say
get it.
why you're referencing Harry Potter.
I can't imagine why, Shadow. I can't imagine.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
JJ, thank you.
No.
Damn, and I've never seen Harry Potter.
I knew what you were talking about. I'm just gonna let him go for as long as he wanted to.
Avada Kedavra. Okay, sorry. What?
But yeah,
Oh, wow.
I won't be doing a lot of videos. I'll be doing some on the Avengers game, which is coming out September the 4th. And some streams on just some films to talk about if I just have nothing else to do. Which will also mean that I won't have the time to do streams with people like Baldman and JJ that much, since I'll have to stay up until like 12:30 in the evening. So
Well, as long as you keep us in your mind, in your memory,
I mean,
we'll
of
always
course,
be with you.
I mean, of course I will. I mean, you're talking about doing anal with Chris earlier.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. But anyways, thank you guys for coming on.
Yeah, I had a good
Really?
time, man.
I really appreciate it. Obviously, at the start of this, I didn't get to do much of these collabs, but now, obviously, due to the amazing community I'm in, is
It's like,
pretty easy
hell yeah.
to...
Hell yeah, man. I had a blast.
Yeah.
You keep doing you.
sorry.
You go become
Yeah.
a smarty pants and just hit us up when you want, man.
Yeah.
I got a friend code on Nintendo Switch. You know, shit happens.
Oh,
We can play.
no.
We can play.
I don't have it.
Nah,
I have-
Xbox.
Yeah.
I got Xbox,
Xbox.
and PS4, bitches. I'm not a PC, but I'm not a PC master race. Sorry, I'm not cool enough yet.
I only play Xbox, so that's fine.
Well, you all suck. Anyway.
Well, but
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you guys for coming on today.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Shadow. I
man.
had a good
Yeah.
time, man.
Yeah. I had a blast.
Yeah. Hopefully we hear less of you trying to touch the north and south of Chris.
Well, don't forget, I got 2 cheeks south, 2 cheeks north for everyone because
Yeah.
I'm being cheeky. Also, Shadow, I hate to do it. I have to ask. I'm good. I don't need to. Is it okay if I ask JJ to do his sign out call, because I don't feel right without hearing it before I leave.
All right.
Come on, JJ, you gotta do
Oh,
it for me, man.
Oh,
What?
You know exactly what. Do your
What,
sign
my-
off. I need it.
My Twitter thing?
Fuck yes, I need it. My body needs it. My body is ready.
All right.
no.
Where can we reach you, JJ?
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy JJ. You can find me a little bit of here, a little bit of there. Over on the Chaos list for Chaos Central. You can find me on my own stream, which I'm gonna be doing after this at 10:30 Eastern, and also you can find me here on Twitter at SithLord3827. Sometimes I tweet, sometimes I retweet, sometimes I don't. It's a lottery. Come check it out. And Shadow, thank you, man. I had a blast. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes.
Yeah. You're
Hell
right,
yeah.
JJ. Yeah.
Go follow JJ. You'd be dumb not
Yeah.
to. He hangs out with the Fandom Metis. They are great
Yeah.
people.
I hang out with Phantom Menace, Comic Skate.
Oh yeah, all of them. Wart the Wizard people. That's Comic
Yeah.
Skate too, right?
Yeah, man. You know.
Yeah.
Good shit. Good
Yeah.
crew.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing my live stream tonight. I'm probably gonna have Anthony from Dark Gift Comics on.
Dun dun dun.
Awesome musician.
Yeah. Well,
All right, man.
Yep. All right. Take care.
All right. Go to bed, all you sluts. thanks for coming to say hi. Go get
Yep.
smart, Shadow. We'll miss you.
All right.
Thank you for coming by, everyone in the chat, man.
Yeah.
And have a good night, everyone.
Yep.
Kisses.
Whoa.